Presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Hello. Welcome along to episode number 30 of the Squared Circle Relics Podcast. I am your lead host for the episode this time round. And as always, we've got the full trio back to normal this time round. How are you guys doing? All right, Lloydy, welcome back.
Hello. Hey, bitches, I'm back. Yeah, hi. It's weird. I haven't really... Well, we haven't spoken for like the last month, all three of us together. So,
no St. Neots pubs trips, no.
No. So, but I'm good, man. I'm good. The concussion wore off after like 2 weeks. So it was pretty much 2 weeks of hell, but lots of migraines, lots of headaches. And I see them as different. Migraines are like crippling. Headaches are... It's like being a functioning alcoholic, you know what I mean? Like, it happens, but you can still go through your day.
You can still deal with it. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, there was just like 2 weeks of that hell, basically. And then, last couple of weeks have been fine. How you guys been?
All right, we never told anybody what you actually did. It's whether you want to divulge or not, but or do you just want to move on and dust it away?
No, it's fine. Like, I don't mind talking about it. The short story and the manly story is I got hit in the back of the head by a steel bar. The full story and the less manly version of it is I was in the park with my boy, the wife, and my parents. I was twatting about on a little roundabout.
Shocking. I can't imagine it.
Well, he was on the swings or whatever he was doing with the rest of the family. I was twatting about by myself.
Oh, you weren't even on the roundabout? Oh, my God.
No, I was on the roundabout, like, just by myself. Yeah, by myself, just spinning round. And then I got off, and I was like, oh, I might put Stanley on it. And then I went back on it. And I tried to get off, but as I walked off, my knee got I must have like stepped off of it awkwardly. Anyway, I fell over, and as I fell over, I was like, I twinged my knee a bit. So I was on the floor going, "Oh, twinged my knee," but that didn't it's fine. It was like an instant twinge, and then went. But then I thought, oh shit, I'm gonna get hit in the head by this roundabout bar that's coming round. But I didn't have time to move, and it just clouded me in the back of the head.
Oh, man.
So I'm on the floor, like, my knee, my head, my knee, my head. My mum's like, come over, going, what's wrong? I'm like, fucking leave me alone. The little boy's just like, Dada? Like, So, yeah, I was fine. The rest of that, obviously, I felt not too bad the rest of that day. I woke up on the Monday and I was on a different planet. So, yeah, it was really bad. I waited till the wife and the kid went off to work and nursery, and I phoned my dad and just went, I'm nowhere on this planet right now.
I'm not right.
I've definitely something wrong with me. And he was like, that's it. You're off to the hospital. Let's go. And just went from there. I know I had a concussion. They told me I had a concussion, and I had whiplash as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, but that went quite quickly, to be honest. I say that went quite quickly, about a week or so with the whiplash pains. But it just is what it is. I'm an idiot. Everyone knows I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not saying I'm not an idiot. So, but sorry I missed the last episode, guys. But I was not ready. I was not ready for it, to be honest. But glad to be back. How have you guys been? What's going on in your world?
Well, there's a blame, there's a claim. In this case, there isn't any claim.
No, the blame is on me for being a twat. I take that fully. I'm not going to blame any councils for little roundabouts. No, that's purely on me, guys. I nearly killed myself. Well done. Oh, can you imagine that? Like killing yourself for like just twatting about on a kid's roundabout. That would have been hilarious, right? But
a Darwin Award.
It was quite funny. Before we left the park, another family came in, and a little boy went on the roundabout, fell off, and was screaming. And I was like, I fucking knew they were dangerous.
Oh, dude.
I know.
Well, it's nice
Anyway,
to be
guys,
back anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah,
How have you
definitely.
guys been? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Can't complain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all good.
nice and simple. How's the summer holidays going for you, Chris? Have you been up to much with the little ones, or?
Yeah, we're doing stuff. We're going to the parks. We're avoiding roundabouts. We're not, but we're really
Christian retail.
How about you, Jamie?
Yeah, no, all good, really. Bit of a personal update. I'm back on doing some Slimming World. I really need to lose a little bit of weight, really.
Okay.
So I've done Slimming World a few years ago, getting ready for the wedding, but I've actually got back on the bandwagon a bit now. So trying to do a bit more exercise, like going to the gym, cutting out sugary drinks and stuff, and just
nice,
trying to look after myself a bit, really. So
Yeah,
yeah,
good.
focusing
You're making me feel bad drinking this Captain Morgan's right now.
Are you enjoying it though?
I am, yeah.
Good.
I won't try and put it in your face or anything.
No, you're fine. It's,
It's fine.
no, sometimes you like looking at everything. I need to sort of do a change here. So this is me trying to look after myself a little bit. So yeah, other than that, all good though.
Oh, mate, it's
Good,
cool.
good.
So we've got a big show this time around. I don't know how all this card news has appeared, but we've got a hell of a lot to get through over the next couple of hours. So we'll try and fill you in as much as we can with what news we've got. If anything else crops up, we'll let you know. But as always, what have we been watching? What have you been seeing? What you're looking forward to? Have you seen any WWE or anything leading up to SummerSlam? Lloydy, I guess for you, have you watched anything over the last few weeks, I guess?
Fuck all. Like, literally, I had every intention, especially to watch the last NXT show. I had every intention, and I just haven't really got round to it. I've like we always say, watch clips on the internet and stuff like that, but that's about it, to be honest. I was going to watch the NXT show last night, and I ended up watching Blur from Glastonbury 2009.
Oh, I watched that the other day.
I was there, mate. I was
was
there.
you?
Really?
Yeah.
They had a whole night of Blur on the other night
Yeah.
on BBC Two.
Oh,
Really
my
cool.
baby. I love that song, man. Tender's such a great song live.
Roberts.
But yeah, I've been meaning to watch it for a couple of days. And the Goose, tears didn't well up, but I had like goosebumps all over my left arm, basically, because it was, those kind of moments, to have it documented and you can go and watch it back again. Was
Yeah,
quite
it's
cool.
really cool to go back and watch, isn't it?
I guess.
But yeah,
it's the
sorry,
thing.
I didn't watch any wrestling.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say that's one of the things, really, because obviously back then it was on TV, but you didn't really have the iPlayer like you do now. There wasn't 30 days to catch up, so it's like if you didn't see it then, you didn't see it at all. So that's quite cool that you actually reminisced and probably saw it the first time, I guess, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Like I can't ever remember watching it on TV. I never really watched Glastonbury when I came back. Basically, I was like, I saw what I saw. I didn't see what I didn't see. It's fine, you know. But yeah, it was kind of weird. It was kind of strange to watch it, to be honest. But I think they went a bit too quick in some places, especially Part Life. They like raced through it.
I think they still do that now. Yeah. Anyway, digress.
Yeah. Anyway, digress. But yeah, it was. I need to watch some wrestling this week, to be honest. I've got all the collisions, ironically, I've got all the collisions taped and ready to watch, so I might try and make some headway on that this weekend.
Nice. What about you, Chris?
Jamie,
what have you been watching?
What I mean, like, Jamie, do you want to give us the 411 on what's happening in the world? Because I'm
the same as Dave.
I want to know what's happening. I want to know what's happening in AEW, so we can have a quick discussion on that. Because obviously,
I'll give you a
roads are leading.
We're on the road. Everyone was obviously going on about, there's nothing been announced. There's nothing been announced. Who really gives a shit at this point? Like, you're going to have a cracking night, whatever. So it don't really matter as such. But no, it's fine. Been watching. I saw last night's. So again, I think, by the time this has come out, everyone probably knows about RVD appearing. I think the rumor was it was going to be All In, but that's going to be on Dynamite next week. So whether or not they drag it out a bit further and have some kind of multi-man or something with Jack Perry later on, but that was quite cool to see RVD. I was kind of
His
hoping
old theme music
and the Pantera as well, which is all pretty
Pantera,
cool.
wild,
Yeah.
really cool.
Is it RVD in sweatpants?
Yeah, and a basketball vest. Yeah, but
Yeah, it was really strange.
he done a good spin kick though. He looked quite nimble still. So, I was a bit disappointed when RVD was like in his TNA run. So I hope he can try and like maybe cover it up a little bit and sort of have a good display next week. But we'll see. I'm a bit gutted though at Jerry Lynn. I do like RVD.
Oh yeah. So the thing is, I love RVD. I love Jerry Lynn as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm a TNA boy at heart. So, I love RVD. I've gone out of my way to go and watch RVD before in my past, just because I love him to bits. But I do think he's far too fucking old for this. He's still got the moves. Don't get me wrong, but he's a bit long in the tooth. I don't know what. Is he actually going to be bringing anything extra? I don't know at this point.
I just don't know what they're going to do with it. I don't know if it's going to be like a one and done or they're going to just have him run the gauntlet. I don't really know what they're going to do with Jack Perry, but it's quite cool though. It's a cool moment, and it was really cool having the crowd already singing "Walk" already. And he's only like been there 30 seconds, you know. But yeah, it's cool. But yeah, again, MJF, Adam Cole, everyone's well on board with this, aren't they? It's like one of the biggest storylines going into it and what it's going to be for All In and where it goes from here. So that was good.
Well, spoilers. I mean, Chris, did you see the video of it?
Of what? Sorry.
Of MJF and.
No, I don't think I have.
Okay, so I'll explain it. It's if you don't mind.
No.
So, but from what I saw, they hugged a lot. Obviously, they have the match is going to be at All In, right, for the championship. And then they got up on turnbuckles and just went, yay, to the crowd. Was there anything else that happened?
So I think people have been looking into the way that Adam Cole hugged MJF.
Adam Cole,
he put the fist in his back the way he did to Roderick Strong, like patted him on the back. Like the knife.
Yeah.
And there's the other thing that Adam Cole didn't read the contract, he signed it and was like, oh man, I love you, this is really cool. But it's whether or not MJF has put something, it's like signing with a devil type thing, you know? So you still don't know quite. Do they still not trust each other? Is it going to be a twist, or is it going to be them still going on? So, it's quite it's an interesting little thing that you thought was going to be sort of quite short lived, but they seem to have got lightning in the bottle, I guess. So,
I always thought that Cole was going to be, rightly or wrongly, I always thought Cole would be the one to dethrone MJF, but I really don't think he will. I don't know, the part of me thinks of the obvious thing is like Cole will win by cheating against MJF.
Yeah.
Send MJF onto more of a babyface run, but I don't know.
They kind of had a bit of a tease backstage as well. So Roderick Strong with his neck brace on was kind of like losing his mind backstage and like throwing shit around. And then Mike Bennett and Matt Taven came along from the Kingdom and was like, oh, Adam always forgets his real friends. So there's this tease that the Kingdom may get back together and stuff like that.
Okay, cool.
So, there's a few things. Obviously, Kyle O'Reilly might be coming back and stuff. So there's a few things going on around it. So, be interested in a few weeks. And the big news is that Shids won the women's title back from Tony Storm. So,
yes, I did see that.
So it'd be nice to see, I think, Tommy, I don't know if he's seen AEW yet. He must know by now, but imagine that you're going to have Shids at All In at this point, aren't you?
Which is great. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen her wrestle, so...
No, neither have I.
No.
It's fantastic news, to be honest. Really, really cool.
So, busy time, AEW. I guess next time round will be sort of only that weekend is all going to be All In next time we talk, I think, pretty much, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we'll know by then. So, looking forward to it. Is there anything you guys want to see it All In, or something you're now looking forward to a bit more now it's a bit closer? Or are you just going to see how it goes?
We're obviously not going to get Goldberg now. Now we've got RVD.
No, I guess not.
But I don't know, man. I'm really just being open-minded about it as much as I can be with it. I mean, thing is, Wardlow is just
dropped off
the Norwich City of AEW.
Wardlow the Canary.
He is so, I was so looking forward to him. Gone. Hook. I thought it might be Hook Jack Perry.
Doesn't look like it.
They're not building for that.
No.
So you know what I mean. Like
I'm quite looking forward to hopefully seeing Swerve in action, and I'd imagine that's going to be against Darby or some kind of tag match with Nick Wayne and Darby against Swerve and whoever. But yeah, that's one for me.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to.
That's cool, man.
I did have slight chills earlier in the week when I saw that Jeff Jarrett was doing a bit of promo work with Grado.
Oh, with Grado, I forgot about that.
You had the rumours of RVD. I was like, shit, this is turning into the Doncaster Dome shows at this rate. Fucking hell.
Even my mate James, who's not like a devout wrestling fan, he even sent me the Talk Sport thing of Double J doing him with a guitar over the head and Grado going, "Oh, my nanny," on the floor.
I get that Jeff's obviously doing this promo track, but I think it does really make it come across really shit, like a really like Global Force TNA tour, doesn't it? It doesn't really make it sound cool.
I think Jeff looks great though.
He does look great. He does. I like Jeff.
Honestly, for his age, he's just
it's insane, isn't it?
He's a fine wine, that man. I tell you, and I'm loving it. I'm loving more Jeff Jarrett. I tell you,
they actually
spiky autograph, lovely fit man.
I do really enjoy the stuff with Satnam singing Jay Lethal as well. I think that's a great little trio, like a right odd mix of people, you know. Yeah, we'll see. I think in the next few weeks we'll find out lots more about All In. So as we get more, we'll chat. But going on to card news, we've got a hell of a lot of card news. So I think we'll get in early with it this time round. We're obviously fresh off the National, so a lot of people obviously were over there in Chicago this year. Lots of things being discussed, but the main thing is, of course, the National cards. Everyone always looks out for these. They seem to be trickling out onto the market now, and there's been both Upper Deck and Panini doing cards for the National this year, and I think this is probably the first time we've had both WWE Panini at the National and Upper Deck. I'm not sure if we had any WWE stuff last year, but
not that I remember.
No. So lots of stuff from the National. So AEW stuff, we had a few AEW cards within the Prominent Cut set. So there was a 10 card set in total, and I think you had 5 cards in a pack, I think it was originally. But there were 3 people from AEW within that. So you had a Mox, MJF, and Britt Baker. And there's also some iconic entrances from the National as well, which is MJF, Jericho, and Jade Cargill, and they're also auto versions of them. What do you guys think of the artwork for these AEW National cards, and did you pick any of them up?
I haven't picked anything up from the National at all. I quite liked the AEW ones. Big fan. I think what was the Sky Blue though? Was it like a bigger card or something, or? Yeah,
so Sky Blue was actually
like an 8x10.
As a guess, it was like an 8x10, but it was like an Upper Deck branded one.
Right.
And people are obviously saying it was a rookie auto, but it isn't really a card. It is more like a promo photo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where do you guys stand on that being a rookie auto?
It's not. It's a pamphlet, a rookie pamphlet.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's a cool thing to have on the PC.
And the prices are through the roof for it as well. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Which you would expect.
Yeah.
I think they'll come down in price, but no, great. You know, I think this is what the National's for, some like bespoke, weird and wonderful stuff like that. It's great.
Yeah.
I like the designs of the cards as well.
I do too.
Cool.
Yeah.
I haven't picked any of those up on the Upper Deck side, but I didn't see the Cargill one actually. I wasn't really overly looking for it, but
So the entrance ones were sort of a reddish colour, so it's like a red and black colour, and it was kind of like a significant entrance of either Mox, MJF, Jericho, or Jade Cargill. And the Jade is just like her normal posing on the entrance stage, really, but there's also autos for that, which is quite nice. And then the Prominent Cut ones are sort of like an ivory colour with like a bluey sort of foil on them.
Bluey, light bluey kind of.
Was there a parallel to it as well?
I think there was a 25, I think there was, yeah. I think there may be more parallels, but I haven't... Again, these kind of trickle down quite slowly, don't they? So maybe that we see more of them over the next few weeks.
I didn't really look, to be honest, so I will, but you know what I mean? Not for me. Like, the The Britt Baker one and the Cargill one I'll probably pick up at some point, but I'm not rushing out to get it.
No, fair enough. I picked up a couple of MJFs. I've gone down an MJF rabbit hole over the last few weeks, and I've actually picked up a Britt Baker today. So yeah, they don't really fit in the AEW year one, but they're quite nice cards to have. So, and then on the Panini side of things, so WWE went quite heavy with the number of parallels and things like that for the National this year. I think, Lloydy, you probably know a bit more about them than I do, but nonetheless, we had a checklist that we think of Undertaker, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Cody Rhodes, Charlotte, and Lesnar. And again, yeah, there's parallels and autos for these. Lloydy, what have you seen with these? I know you've been looking quite hard at these, haven't you?
Well, no, I pivoted so I came off Select FOTL while everyone was going, oh, Select, and I pivoted to these. And so I was one of the first people to be like, actually, these are coming on eBay and these need more attention than they actually are getting, to be honest. So I think they look great. I think they're really nice cards, to be honest. I picked up two. I only picked up two. I picked up the Undertaker out of, is it five? I want to say $5.99.
$5.99.
Yeah,
$5.99. Chris, you've got a take on this. I think Jamie, you bought this as well, right?
I did. I bought the base for this. So I got the blue and white one. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this the Undertaker in the clouds one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is it's the elevator. It's the elevator to heaven, basically.
The SummerSlam '94.
That makes no sense for the Undertaker. It looks like the opening title credits from The Simpsons, or how they used to depict the internet in the 90s. They'd have like loads of clouds or something. Do you know what I mean?
This is why I like it, because it's so fucking weird.
All right, in my notes I've got it's so bad that it's good.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like
100%.
That's what it is.
It is so bad it's good.
That's it. Yeah.
The one of one is for that surfaced as well.
Yeah, it's a nice speckle, isn't it? It's sort of like a cracked ice looking one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cracked ice version of it. Yeah, so that's really pretty. What else did I get? I got the Roman for that as well.
Roman, of course. Yeah, I missed
a numbered one, wasn't it?
Which was out of 50.
Okay.
Actually, I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole with the Romans.
It's dangerous. It really is dangerous.
Well, the thing is, what I'm going to do is, so I got a 37 out of 50. You know, I like getting the 37 parallels. Mm-hmm. I also got another Roman card, and I'll talk about that later on, which was another 37 as well. So I'm going to try and get 37 Romans out of 37 and have them in a row.
Oh, my God. That's a challenge.
That's a Kevin Smith. That's a Kevin Smith thing right there. 37. So I thought that'd go quite nicely with my weirdness of my filth PC and also my green edges of something else unique and quirky. So, but I think the cards look great. I think the autographs look great as well. There was a Rhea Ripley 25 autograph that's gone up on eBay that Tommy's looking at. Yeah. I think the Cody Rhodes looks quite good as well.
I like the Cody.
So I think it's a win, to be honest.
Yeah. I was really skeptical, first of all. I thought the portrait images looked really sort of cut out. And they remind me of like the bootleg Russian cards that came out in the mid-2000s. But then everyone was on this bloody hype train on the ATP chat, and I was like, oh, everyone's chatting about it. And then before I was searching eBay all bloody week looking for these different ones and trying to see what I could get. So it's all you guys' bloody fault. And now I like them. There you go.
We're bad at doing this. Like we highlight something and it's like, okay. Oh, actually, these are really nice.
Yeah.
I did pick up a pack. I try not to sound pick up a penguin. I did pick up a pack, and I opened it today.
That's the show title there. Pick up a pack.
Pick up a pack. I did pick up a pack, and I didn't get any wrestling out of it. So I got a Bryce Young out of 499 rookie card. I'm happy with that. Bryce Young is like the number one draft pick this year.
So where did you get that from then? Did you get that from eBay?
Sports card trading.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, that Wes put it into the chat the other day.
That came quick.
I immediately pounced on it, basically, because I've been waiting to get my hand on one. I didn't think I would get any wrestling out of it because it's a tiny bit in there. I thought I'd go for it. You get 2 cards in a pack, basically, and one of them was a base card. I got a Jaylen Brown from the Celtics. That's what I was going to say.
Okay,
and Bryce Young numbered card. So I think you get 1 numbered card in the pack.
Okay, nice. It's always worth a dabble. It's always, they're not expensive to buy, are they? So,
well, it's 30 quid.
Oh Christ! Okay, fine.
Yeah, they weren't.
There's a bit of a gamble there. I didn't realise they were that.
It was a gamble. It was a gamble, but to be honest, I'd get my money back on the Bryce Young anyway. So
you would, yeah.
It's whatever at this point. We'll see how he gets. If he has a good season, I'd have doubled my money.
I think the good thing with these packs as well is the guys they put in them across all sports are always like the better guys to get.
There's no shit in them, yeah.
There's no jabronis in there.
Well, I was kind of hoping I'd get because Rodgers is in there as well for the Jets. So first game tonight as well.
Ooh.
1:00 in the morning, sadly though, for us. So against the Cleveland Browns, which is Trav's team. So good luck, Trav.
Oh,
by the time this goes out, one of us would have won.
So, do you add a little line here and go commiserations, Trav?
Well, no. If we don't win, if it's not me and it's him, then I'll be happy for him. But okay. I'd prefer if it was the Jets, obviously. But it's a big test tonight. But I like him. I think it is obviously Panini didn't add WWE into it last year. They have done for this year, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's and I think if anyone is looking for them, like there are fairly good prices. If there's anyone that you PC or anything across AEW or WWE, have a quick look at them because they are quite cool. And just really lastly, in the national stuff, Main Event Wrestling, they did a bit of a collab sets. This is the guys that like WTC. I think Gelwin was involved in it as well, and sort of a few guys have put together sort of a set of 10.
I don't think Gelman likes me.
Why?
I'll get to it when we talk about the Father's Day cards. But I reached out to him yesterday. He never got back to me. I'm not going to say fuck you, Gelman, but ultimately, it's not,
Okay.
Be friends. Maybe he doesn't like me. Maybe he doesn't like the UK people. Who knows?
Oh,
who knows?
I know these obviously were supposed to be a bit of a freebie. So the idea was that if you went to the desk, you could pick them up if you were like first in the queue. But they've started appearing on eBay. Are you guys interested in any of them, or are you going to pick any of them up? Or what's your thoughts on these sort of indie collab cards from sort of the collecting world?
I quite like them. I think they're pretty cool. I haven't seen the whole checklist, but I know it's got the bigger guys in there, isn't it?
Yeah. So the sort of in-ring shots of people like Becky Lynch and Roman Reigns and stuff like that.
Yeah, was it Kurt Angle, I think?
Kurt Angle, yeah.
So I like the Bret Hart one.
Yeah.
Bret Hart one looked really good. Yeah. So, but I'm not going to go out and get them.
I think it would be too hard for us over here to get them, really, would it?
Yeah, I don't think they're obviously available to buy as a set. I think they probably would have been picked up by people at the National.
Giveaway and whereas the Panini stuff was abundant, whereas this is a bit more independent. So probably just not
they're
something
on eBay as singles, but you're gonna have to pay for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're interested, have a look at them. I'll put a little screenshot up in our Facebook group if you want to have a look at the images. But Main Event Wrestling doing that, and I think that pretty much covers sort of the national stuff. There wasn't really anything groundbreaking card news wise from the national, as far as we're honest. You guys have heard anything on the wrestling?
Well, I think the Main Event Wrestling was probably the biggest thing to come out for wrestling cards anyway.
Yeah.
I mean that show that they held, I think, is the first of many, hopefully, and this is ground zero for building the base at the National for wrestling cards. Really,
there's obviously a bit of a trade night and stuff there as well as part of that, weren't there? So it was a nice thing to sort of, like I say, build that foundation up from here, really.
And I am planning. I've got to, really, because it's in Cleveland, isn't it? So it's down the road from Trav. So I've got to seriously think about it for next year, really. So, it's inevitable that I will go at some point. I don't know about what you boys want to do whenever, but like, I think this is probably tailor-made for me to go just because it's so near Trav's.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I'd always planned to go to like one in Chicago, but yeah, I haven't obviously pulled the trigger. But it's something I would like to go to a proper card show, I think.
Yeah. I'm going next April by the looks of it, but obviously it's not till the summer, so yeah, will be a no-go for me, I guess. Would love to go. But
are you thinking of saving up, Lloydy, then, and making some big boy purchases over there, or are you just going to take in the ambience? Do you reckon?
I just want to go and get drunk with Johnny, like screwed up drunk with Johnny Tancredi. Like,
really, is he aware of this yet?
We're gonna have some fun, baby. But I don't know. We'll see. I can't guarantee because I just don't. With the kid, I just don't know what's happening. So, it's a weekend. I'm sure I can put it into the calendar and get it done. So, yeah, it's a big possibility next year.
Nice.
I like Ohio as well. To be honest, I've been to Columbus before. It's a nice place.
Yeah, it's nice on the lake up there as well.
Yeah, I've been to bigger shitholes than Ohio, so a lot bigger shitholes than Ohio. So, looking forward to it, man.
Nice. So so national, quite a good year for sort of promo cards, and going along to sort of your normal cards and bits and pieces. So we had first off the line for Select actually land. So that pretty much came out the week that we last recorded the pod, pretty much, and obviously it's gone down quite well. Lloydy, you've been well and truly on the Select train this year. What's your thoughts on first off the line so far?
I mean, first off the line was my ultimate goal in Select. The parallels, the Mojo parallels that they had in there I went after them, but and more of that later on in the episode. Full breakdown. But I really don't think it was the product for me. I think I've enjoyed Prism this year and Revolution this year more than I have done Select. But more from that later on in the episode.
So, and we had the actual release later on in the week as well. So, yeah, we'll go through massively in the big topic. I think, we've got some good thoughts and some bad thoughts on Select. But again, that is now out and about, and it's available here in the UK and quite a few retailers here as well. So, yeah, if you're interested in a bit of Select, I know a couple of people in the Facebook group have picked up some Select over the last few days as well. So, that is available now.
Yeah, lots happening and lots. There's been some massive pulls as well, massive hits. And it's been great. It's been great to see everyone's cards, to be honest, and cheering everyone on. It's been really cool.
So, yeah, we'll have a full breakdown in this week's big topic. Other card news this week, ComC finally moved into the world of having a mobile app. I know people have been on about this for a long time, saying it's only available on a desktop site and there isn't a mobile version of it, but they've now broken into the app world. Have you guys seen it? Have you guys downloaded it? Have you got any thoughts on the app?
Well, we found an issue on the app yesterday.
WWE Network special.
Yeah. Fuck. The thing is with the app, it's great. It looks great, but if you want to add money, it takes you to the desktop version of on your mobile anyway.
Yeah.
So what's the point of it? You know what I mean?
Weird.
You can do more functionalities from the desktop than the mobile app. I just don't see the point of it currently unless they have more options in there for you to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah, you can kind of just search for stuff, can't you, really? That's pretty much all you can do, really, without having to go externally.
Yeah. So I think it's a good idea, but has it changed the world? No. So the issue I found on it was I'm on iOS and my store credit and anything I searched for, the prices were in pounds instead of dollars. So I liaised with the boys. So Jamie has the same circumstance as me on there with regarding the desktop. We both have an account. We both have a UK address listed, but Jamie's on Android and I'm on iOS. That's the only difference. Mm-hmm. So I shot ComC a message about it. They got back to me and said that they were going to look into it.
Okay.
So
good.
Hopefully that they'll update that at some point. But I think it was purely just a aesthetic problem. I don't think it meant to say pounds. I think it meant to say dollars, and the pound is just there by mistake.
Yeah,
because it wasn't converting anything. It was doing it like for like, wasn't it?
Like for like, and like if you go to add credit, like it will take you to the desktop where everything was still in dollars, and you add it in dollars. So I'm sure it's just aesthetic more than anything else. But I think they were a bit shocked when I presented it to them, and they were like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, shit.
So yeah, fun games.
To ComC's credit, actually, like I've never had an issue with their customer service. They've always been sort of spot on with stuff like that, or even if you've got any queries or anything like that. So hopefully they'll resolve that.
It took them less than a day to get back to me after I messaged them.
That's good.
That's great.
So yeah, good on them. Much better service than Panini, but you know.
Well, yeah, and Tops by the sounds of it. I've got a story about that later on as well. You know. But yeah, what about you, Chris? Have you downloaded the app or had a play with it at all?
I've had a little play with it, but Dave's pretty much said at the moment it just seems like I might as well go on the desktop site, which I'm used to, and do you know what I mean? So until they kind of get the app on iOS up to where it needs to be, then I'm just going to continue using the old way.
Fair enough.
I'm not good with change either. I'm not good with change. So
I don't think none of us really are massively good with change when it comes to it.
Yeah.
I've still got a Nokia 330. 3330.
Do you play Snake on it?
You still play Snake. What's an iPhone?
Do you text them the old-fashioned way as well, like pressing 4 and all that to get?
I can't. I'm not gonna joke about it because I actually did like my Nokia back in the day, so I kind of miss it.
Yeah,
low techie.
Yeah, no. So we talked about apps a minute ago. Obviously, Chris, you mentioned about the network. It's been a bloody pig's ear the last couple of weeks, isn't it? Jesus Christ! Have you heard about these changes, Lloydy?
What's that? No.
So the network, I think the old license with the old app developer expired, and they've gone obviously to a new, creative the dashboard and stuff like that. But the search function's knackered. Nothing is where it should be. All the seasons are all over the place, and people are just saying it's unusable pretty much.
It's just unusable, yeah.
Oh, is it?
It just crashes all the time. It is unusable.
Yeah.
So
if you try and find certain seasons, it'll be empty when you actually get into the season. It's just
it's frustrating.
Oh wow! So I was literally and this is the thing. I felt bad because I've got the network, but I haven't been using it. So I was going to log on like this week and have a quick look, but it's not a good thing.
No, not really.
Okay.
But on some positive ComC news, they announced last week that they've obviously got a bit of cold feet and a bit panicky about bits and pieces in grading. And PSA have sort of decided to jump on board with the grading thing because they want a piece of this ComC pie, which is good news for collectors. Keeps it quite a nice sort of tight-knit thing. So very similar to the other grading sorts of deals I have. You can push anything through to grading via ComC now with PSA. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Are you going to take ComC up on this PSA grade? Are you happy with just what they got with CGC?
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably not going to grade with them, to be honest. I don't know what it is, but I just don't like the thought of like a big company doing my grading. I don't know what it is. I just makes me feel uneasy.
How much is it?
So
per card, I don't even know. A
basic one. So I pushed through an MGF Matchdated Moments. I'm not expecting miracles from it because obviously Upper Deck, you just don't know what the condition of these bloody cards are going to be with white in the corners and stuff. But it was the 12-week turnaround and they were charging $24 for that.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is about what you expect to pay, really, isn't it, for that sort of service?
Yeah.
But yeah, they charge $2 to put it out of stock because the image you've got is just a stock image normally with the Upper Deck EPAC stuff. So they charge you $2 for that, and then there's a day turnaround for that. and then you just sub straight through ComC from there. You basically go center graded, and that's it. You just get a ticket number, and off it goes.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it's a piece of piss. This would be the first time I've ever submitted something to PSA in a roundabout way. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this comes back with, considering it's come straight from EPAC. So yeah, 24
You can be our test dummy there, Jamie.
Yeah.
Guinea pig.
I would be interested to see how it works with you sending in your own stuff. Like, I don't know why you would send to ComC, then send to PSA, but nonetheless, a lot of people send a lot of stuff to them just for inventory, don't they, really?
Tommy needs to do a sub. Tommy, if you're listening to this, we need to do a sub. I've got so much shit that needs to go over to PSA.
Overdue.
Oh, mate, I've got literally, it's coming out of my ears now. So, Tommy, if you're listening to this, get a sub doing, please. PSA us. ATP needs a PSA sub.
But yeah, I think if anyone's interested and they've got something they want to sub to PSA, it might be worth a bit of a dabble and a gamble, you know?
I am quite interested because I do have all of those Jericho banner years in my pack still.
Yeah.
And I think that would be really cool, subbing all of those off to PSA.
Yeah.
And getting them all done at once. So, will I do it? I don't know. It's not on the things to get done anytime soon. But Jamie, we'll keep tabs on how your experience is, and hopefully it should be all good.
They do. They also offer all the other services as well. So obviously you can have the quicker turnaround as well. You just pay that premium. But they had the sort of the 2-week turnaround for like $600 and stuff. So they had the full range there. But yeah, it's a nice little addition to have for ComC to have, you know, 2 grading companies that you can go forward with. So, and then the last 2 things out of card news this time around, these are really sort of quite hot off the press, last minute things in some ways. Lloydy, you spotted this first one last night, but we're going to go for one that we slipped slightly. We noticed there's some Father's Day cards via Panini, which were coming in if you bought anything from Panini on Father's Day. You notice there's some WWE slipped in there, Lloydy.
Yeah, so we had 4 cards that made their way into the Father's Day packs, and they're really cool. So you had Cody, Charlotte, Roman, and
Bray Wyatt.
Bray, that's it. They're very weird looking cards, and I hated them when I first looked at them. I thought, no, they're disgusting. No, because they're like it's like 2 triangles of the card, and one's normal, and the bottom half is a color, and that color is obviously the indication of what the parallel is, right? Yeah. So, but it seems to block out the
like
foilness of it. Yeah, it just seems to like block out the corner of the card. It's really strange, but I like strange, so I actually do really like it. So I got the Roman Reigns 37 out of 99 from that the other day. Thank you, Trav. Trav's been helping me get all my cards recently, so thank you, Trav. But yeah, it's one of those that nobody's really talked about. I haven't seen them anywhere that anyone's been like
not buzzing about them or anything
like that. No, nothing. No. So there is a little story though. So do you guys remember back? So there was talk about the Father's Day cards. I remember talk about the Father's Day cards, and Gelman. And this is why I reached out to Gelman to say, what up with these? So Gelman put 2 pictures of the Father's Day cards, and there were actually cards. They were cards in penny sleeves and top loaders, and there were photographs of them. And there were 2 vinyl. They would normally be called superfractors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there were 2 vinyl cards. One was Roman Reigns, and the other one was Hulk Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
And Gelman put on there, these are the one-of-ones for the Father's Day cards. Now, but the image used for Roman Reigns isn't the image used in the Father's Day cards. It's actually the image used for the national card. But it's not the same design as the national card.
No.
And there's no Hulk Hogan in any of these.
No.
Like, there's none. In fact,
kind of fuckery going on here.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, there is on the national card, and I think we missed it. There is actually a Triple H card in there as well.
Oh, is it? Right.
But there is no Hogan card. So I sent Gelman a message a couple of days ago that basically just said, do you know what these cards are actually from now? And he never got back to me. So he either didn't see it or ignored me. Either way, whatever, Gelman.
It would be interesting to know because, and also like where those images come from. If they're like an image in a penny sleeve and top loader, they must exist somewhere, like a prototype or something, which makes them even more intriguing. It's like, you know, what was the change? Yeah, what are they? Who's got them? Because
they exist in a form, but what are they? So I don't know. So weird. I did try to find out. Have failed so far. If I do find out, I'll let you know.
Because they have done these sorts of releases in the past as well for like Father's Day. I don't think we've ever had WWE and Father's Day stuff before, but we've definitely had Mother's Day stuff, and you know we've had like St. Patrick's Day and sort of Independence Day packs. So maybe they might be from something else, but for the fact that we've seen these two images on social media, it's interesting to see. So Gelman,
Johnny,
reach out to Lloydy.
Or Johnny, who knows Gelman. Johnny, go and speak to Gelman and let me know.
Yeah,
that'd be great. But I think it will be quite interesting to find out what they actually are eventually.
Nugget. And
could be from a future set.
Maybe. I guess the interesting thing with it is they look very much like the top superfractor, like that gold effect, don't they? Like the sort of cubey sort of gold effect superfractor. So, interesting. And the last bit of card news to round up this time round.
There's two bits. I'll cover both. There's one that's on the list and there's one that's not. The one that's not, I'll cover really quickly. So the one that is the Cody Rhodes is doing a signing for Fitterman at Pasadena in Texas on August the 25th at 6:30. I'd imagine that's Texan time. Is it Central? Central?
I think it's Central time.
I'll say Central. Okay. So it's mail-ins and also photograph opportunities when you're there. Standard autographs. Autographs are $99. It's not too bad.
No, it's not. I guess the question is, are there any restrictions on that? Is he signing any rookies?
No belts, no chairs.
Okay, so that's not too bad.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking chairs, Chris.
I can send him my chair.
And there's a premium auto as well.
What's a premium auto? Is that like an inscription?
The ticket allows
Best
one
wishes.
autograph on either a belt or a chair.
Oh, there you go.
So you can. It's an extra $30.
Well, there you are, Chris. That's you, mate. Made man.
Sold.
Why? To be honest, though, if you think about it, with Cody at the minute, I mean, going back a year or two, it was quite cheap to get his autograph. But now, if you think about, if you're getting a Panini autograph, which is a sticker anyway, they're not cheap.
You're not getting one for $99 normally, are you?
No.
Yeah, so
we're not even going to get an upper deck Cody for that. Well, actually, I don't think any Topsy ever had any on-card top stuff either. It's all stickers. So this could be like, as an on-card auto, quite a rare bit to have, really.
Yeah. But it's cool that they do it, I suppose. I know everyone hates Fitterman, but whatever. I've never had to deal with them yet. But if you're in the Pasadena area, go get it. Why not?
All I can say is all the Cody cards on eBay, all the early ones, have dried up to fuck.
Gone.
They're gone, mate. And Vitamin has already been doing his stuff. Sorry, Margaret.
The only other bit of card news is Elite. So there was a signing from Maxine Dupree on an Elite card, Pen Pals.
I've seen Liz as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I liked it. I think it's a good card. I think I'm going to be giving it a miss, but we'll see.
So do you think that it's like a standalone release, or is it just Chronicles again?
I think it's standalone from what I've heard.
Yeah.
They did say, I think, that they were going to do a standalone to replace NXT, and it seems like the right kind of time for that.
Yeah.
NXT came out, pretty soon last year, didn't it? So...
Well, the thing is, it's the cycle now is the next one was like this time last year. It was NXT, so I think it's going to be Elite, and then we go to the expensive ones again. So Impeccable, Immaculate. With Chronicles shoed in as well.
The big winter spend.
Yeah, so I can imagine that it's going to follow that kind of same trend again.
Yeah.
So, but I'm not interested in the big ones like the Immaculates and so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that year 2 if they carry on the same trend. But we'll see. But yeah, sorry about that one, Jamie. I forgot to add that to the notes actually. So she noted that in.
No, I've got. I think we've pretty much covered most of the card news. We have got a few other small tidbits and bits and pieces, but they'll roll through till next time anyway. But yeah, a hell of a lot's going on the last couple of weeks. I think I would say it's because of the National, but I don't really think it is. It just seems to be that busy time of year, really. So, yeah, I think that rounds up this week's card news. So, should we move on round to my corner?
Go on.
Right. In the corner this time round. And let's start off, first of all, in the corner this time round. We'll give an update on the stock up. So year 2 of the stock up, we've worked our way through. We've done our first trade. We went to an Elias 9 out of 99 auto. We have one more further trade in the stock up. So thank you very much to Scott for this one. The 2 Scotts so far getting involved in the stock up. I've kind of taken your advice a bit here, Lloydy, going after some of the divas and going after some of the ladies, and also taking a bit of knowledge from Chris here as well in going after some legends and some nice handwriting. So we've now got an auto, which I think is from 2016 Tots, for Leilani Kai. So a bit of an obscure diva. It's fairly new to Tops back in 2016. I think this was like her first sign-in. A very nice, sort of nice curly auto. So again, this one is out of 99. We're going down the Divas line. So if anyone fancies a trade on the stock up for that, I'll stick the image up on Facebook. But we'll keep on moving through. So that's where we're at with that at the moment.
If anyone wants to have an auto of Dakota Kai's mother, why not?
The one and only.
Funny, isn't it?
It's interesting.
The surname's spelled exactly the same, Kai. So I don't know were they going to do that as a thing? I don't know.
I wonder what, as a manager.
You know what I mean?
I did. I don't. Yeah, in all honesty, I don't know that much about her. I don't really know about much of her wrestling career. It did make me intrigued on the back of her card though. It says the only person to appear at WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 10. Which really doesn't really sound like that much of a claim to fame, but nonetheless, that was big enough to put on her bio on the back. So,
I remember her and all that era. Basically, I was I was very young anyway, but the women back then, they were just, you know how when we grew up, it was more of a pee break moment, go like when the women appeared on shows, and it was just like, well, you have your match, I'm going for a wee and get a beer or whatever. But now it's back then it was even worse, I think. But we wouldn't be where we are today without them. So
no, you have to go through those steps. Yeah. I'm hoping there'll be a home for this. You know, it's a an early auto from when she was signing for Tops and stuff. So yeah, if anyone's interested in that, we'll move on from that. So a nice little step from there. And just really quickly, just another quick thing for the corner. We are opening up the show for sponsors and advertisers. So we're going to obviously a spot at the beginning of the show and one obviously during the show as well. So if anyone's interested in sort of supporting the show, you know, helping support us guys do what we do, we're going to have 2 spaces open for it. So if you want a bit more information, feel free to reach out, and hopefully we can do a bit of a deal and sort of help one another out, really. So, yeah, pretty short corner for me this time round. The red wave and orange flashes have gone ground to a height of a minute. So, yeah, too much other stuff going on. But yeah, other than that, I think we can just amble over to the Nook and see where we're at with the Nook.
Cool. So we are at... So, Jamie, you won last week. You got to choose the topic for what we're buying this time. And you chose Stone Cold Stunners.
Yes.
Or Stunners. Doesn't have to be Stone Cold. So I'm buying for Jamie. Jamie is buying for Dave, and Dave is buying for myself. So quick update from my side. Mine is still en route from OTP. Hopefully we'll be here this week coming. What about you boys? I've got Dave's in hand already.
Oh, Jesus. That's good.
I was quick. Well, I kind of cheated but didn't. So I knew the card. I had the card. I've given you my card, but I've also purchased a replacement of the card.
That's fine.
Okay. So, it's not like I'm giving you something and not replacing it because I need it. So, you have my card. So
sweet.
I was sending you stuff anyway, so it just made sense,
Yeah.
All good from my end.
Jamie?
Not sure on my end. So mine's coming from OTP. I had a bit of a panic moment and I messaged the eBay seller, and the eBay seller replied back to me he wasn't sure. So I have had to order another card just in case.
Is it the same card?
It's the same card.
Oh, it's the same card.
But I didn't want it to get here, then I'd be like, oh shit. So anyway, it will make more sense down the line.
Okay.
But nonetheless, I have got another one en route, so it should be here for next episode.
Cool. Now, have we ever thought about the possibility that we might all buy the same card?
There's always a chance.
Potentially.
There's always a chance, yeah. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
If we do, we do. But,
everybody's a winner.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Well, I think if you get something like that, everyone just gets a point, don't they? Or do we do something like all the two people get a point, or we do the majority or something?
God knows. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I did also say Wrestling Card Wednesday that I'd mention a couple of the submissions on here, and I mean, wow, you got the guys really showed off in this, and there was some insane cards.
There's some flexing going on, weren't there?
Yeah, man. Like I could read the whole first week they were that good because literally everyone submitted a banger basically. But I won't. I'll just pick out a couple. Not Sam's colour match, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The first one, Double G, Gordo Geezer. He had a Dynamite Kid auto, which he said he had two of from the same lot. Yeah. And he also had a Hulk LOD Superstars auto as well. So really cool finds, cool autos.
The Hawk's a hard one to get as well. Really nice card.
It really is, yeah. I haven't seen that come up in a while anyway. But I think everyone's favourite, it could only be Brian Lyons, couldn't it? You guys obviously saw it. It's the Heritage 2021 SSP set, the animal, or like the name one.
Yeah.
Whole set, bossed it. Just, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? Do you guys not think? I really like that set.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a set that hasn't ever been forgotten either. It kind of like people still clamour for it. As soon as it goes up in eBay, like people are still trying to get those cards. That's going to be a big set, like a big chase set down the line, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, really cool. But everyone had amazing submissions, so I feel a bit mean to the other guys. But yeah, whatever. And David Kiddle, it's not free for all Friday. You submitted yours on Friday, but it's Wrestling Card Wednesday, so that one doesn't. I'm not counting yours either. Cool. That's all from my nook. Let's head on over to Liberator of the Week.
Jamie, cue my music. So, I did another quite quickly actually after the last one. I know people were disappointed on the last one because I gave them like no time. I think it was funny. So this time round, I gave everyone like a week's notice, and the Liberator of the Week competition went on for like 24 hours. I think it was a long one this time.
Yeah.
So it was beginnings, and the maximum price was $100. It's the highest it's ever been.
A record.
So there was. It was a record number. There were some bangers. I was just going to do the top three because otherwise I could be here all day, and we've got a long show. So top three for me. To be honest, I think Logie Bear almost won it again. I loved the Brody Lee Shakara card. So I love Shakara. I'm a massive. I know what happened, and the end of Shakara was horrible. And yeah, Mike Quackenbush was a piece of shit, really. So whatever happened. But the Brody Lee, I just thought if I got this card, it would kind of be the start of potentially a Brody Lee PC maybe going forward. I don't have any Brody Lee cards really.
I've got a few.
Yeah, I just never really thought about it. Yeah, I mean, I just never really thought about it before, to be honest. So that would have been quite cool. I think the Wizards was really second. So the Wizards put in a late submission. I'm just trying to find it now. So the Wizard put in the Roman Reigns Payback relic,
which is a nice card.
Well, it's the start of the run, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's the beginning. And I don't actually own that card. It's such a piece of shit set, apart from the film strips and a few other cards. It's such a piece of shit, really. 100%. However, that card is going to be legendary, and I nearly got it as well. So I was reviewing everything with my wife. I don't normally do that, to be honest. I just thought I'd give her a review on everything, and she just looked at me and said, "You know what? This is supposed to be fun. You need to pick a fun submission in order to win." And I think that's the funnest. And what she actually showed me was the funnest for her was Tommy Redgrave's submission from the ATP. Well done, Tommy. He has won, and it's his first time winning as well. And he submitted a Japanese card. Two girls, a tag team, an old tag team, as it were, called The Beginning. Ironically, one of the girls is actually retired now, so it's not really The Beginning. But it's a card from. I've got some notes of, because I asked him about the card. Obviously, I can't. If I say the next, so the wrestlers are Miyuki Takashi and Himika. They used to be in a tag team on various different promotions. Himika left for Stardom. She retired in April. I was at her retirement match. But it's the first time a shit card, a Japanese card, has made it into the Liberator of the Week. So, happy days. I think it's well deserved. It was a very fun card. I've put pictures of it on our Facebook group, and the only problem is it's still in it was coming from Japan, and it's still in a paid state in Japan. Not in a sent state yet. So if I don't get it, Tommy will still get Liberator of the Week, right? So it's not his fault if the purchase doesn't go through. But yeah, we just have to see on that one. I'll keep you updated next week if I get it or not.
So where's the world in the lib table at the moment? What's the current scoreline looking like?
Oh, I can't even remember now. Brian's definitely 2. Everyone else is on 1, I think. Apart from you boys.
Except me and you, Jay, who are on
apart from you boys.
Fuck off.
No favouritism here.
To be honest, Jamie, you had a brilliant card, but the only thing is you had Snooker on the card as well. You had an Undertaker card, but there's no way in hell I'm going to have Snooker in my PC. Not after what came out. I know the importance of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a big lover of the streak, and I would have loved that card, but not with Snooker on it. It's such a shame because I loved Snooker growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, the memories a bit tarnished with that man, to be honest.
A little bit tainted.
A little bit.
Yeah, sadly.
Just
but I think that's
rewind a little bit for the previous Liberator. So we had Fastest. Now, me and Chris wondered why the hell Sam picked Linda Mills for Fastest. Did we ever get an answer from Sam why you picked Linda Mills or not?
Oh, he did tell me, but I can't remember. I think he just knows that Dave's horny. And...
Yeah, which I'm not really. I'm probably one of the least. I like comical filth, not filth.
Not Shaniqua filth.
No, a bit of slap and tickle. I'm the Roger Moore of wrestling trading cards. Bit of tongue in cheek. Not full on get your cock out and stick it in your ear kind of thing. No, thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, Ron.
No, I just wondered if you had the explanation. I think he said he didn't pay attention, or I can't remember exactly. But
he just said he just thought it was random as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Fair end of.
There you go.
There you go.
So nice.
Yeah.
So when's the next Liberator going to be? Or are you going to take a little break for a little bit?
Probably a little break for a bit because I've done so many so quickly. I was expecting to buy a big card from it this week, and I think the card that Tommy picked was like $30, so it was a lot less than I thought it would be. But I think I'll give it a bit of a rest for a couple of weeks, see where we go. I haven't thought about the next topic yet, so these topics come to me in when I'm sleeping normally, and I wake up going, "That's what I'll do." I'm ready. So, but beginnings was nice, and obviously, at least when I finish this all off, at least I know what the last one's going to be, right? Endings. So, but we still got a lot of cards left, guys. We've got like, I think 15, 16 cards left. Still got quite a few. Nice.
There's still plenty of chance to get in.
Yeah, loads of time.
Nice. So I think we're pretty much done in the Liberator corner this time round. So let's move on to Razzies, breaks, misses, all the usual purchase bits and pieces. Now, I've written down the little order of stuff here, but I know some people have been busier than others this time round. So shall I go first? Because mine's going to be very short, and we've already kind of discussed my purchase, and I'll open up to you guys to see who wants to go next. Does that work?
Well, you haven't said your big purchase.
No, exactly.
Oh, yeah, please go.
So I made a big boy purchase. I didn't intend to initially make a big boy purchase, but I did. So I blame Tommy for this. So Tommy put in the ATP chat about MJF signing for Leaf, which we didn't mention in the card news, actually, but there's going to be a limited time run MJF Leaf bit card, which I think is up for $150, I think. I think it goes on sale next week, and it's going to be running for a week. But it got me thinking, because Tommy was saying about, you can't even pick up AEW MJF for that. And I thought, I wonder what else there is around of him, knowing that he's done a few bits and pieces. But I come across an MJF all-in auto card on UK eBay, and I couldn't pass it up. I snagged that straight away. So that's now arrived, and that is my first big boy purchase. Yeah, really, really chuffed for that. It's one of these things that I've always kind of wanted to get a couple of all-in cards. I've got the Hangman Page one, and I've picked up a few sort of singles over the line, but I think MJF is, going to be one of these big ones to have, and I've kind of gone down an MJF rabbit hole now, sadly. But no, really, really, really pleased with that. That was something I really wanted to try and get hold of. But it does mean I have tried to obviously make the money up somewhere elsewhere and sell a few cards to try and make it up, because I hadn't intended to buy that. So, big boy purchase. And that was pretty much all I've bought, and that's all I intend to buy for some time now. I did pick up, obviously, a couple of the national cards that we mentioned earlier on. Again, I didn't pay much for them, like $5 or $6 each. And again, the submission to PSA via ComC. So, a few bits and pieces. In regards to breaks and stuff, I did do a first off the line break. I didn't actually sit, but I did get the Headbangers, and I got Kane in a first off the line. And I got Kurt Angle, I think, as well, but I assume I didn't hit anything big, so I might have a couple of skunk packs arriving for that. But those spots went for like really cheap money. But other than that, no, not missed anything else really on eBay. What about you guys?
The Angle autograph in that set is really nice, by the way.
Is it?
Not to rub it in or anything like that.
Well, I might have hit it. I didn't watch it live, so
I'm not surprised if it just turns up.
Yeah,
in the blue, it was really nice. I saw it hit on a break.
Nice.
So, yeah, nice global icons as well.
Nice.
Go on, Chris. What did you get?
Cool. So, yeah, I've got more than one thing, as always. Mentioned it on the last show, WCW Strategy Guide, WCW Mayhem. I'd messaged the seller. He got back to me. Cards are in there. They're all really, really nice condition.
Nice.
Some of the notable guys in there are like Hogan, Savage, Flair, and what looks like a Rey Mysterio Jr. card where he's unmasked. So there's a few of them about, but not very many where he's unmasked. And I can't imagine there's many of this specific one. So yeah, something quite cool there.
Nice.
Yeah, I was happy with them. Commissioner Stephanie McMahon, 2018 Topps Heritage. It's like, I've mentioned it recently, the Blue Heritage 2018.
Yeah.
Really nice. She looks mean as fuck in this picture. That's the only reason I bought it. I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy that. Bought a whole pile of 2014 stickers. I know this is a card show, but 400 odd stickers for £1.20 plus 6 unopened packs. And then when it turned up, the guy he'd paid more than I'd paid in postage. Yeah. So he actually only made about like 40p off this, and I felt like sending him some money just to say, but
mate, was that on auction, was it?
Yeah.
Mate, that's a well good purchase.
Really good. Sunny autograph. Worked myself into a card shoot again last week with one of my top 5 entries. So I did a little trade with Kayfabe Cards, our boy Sam, on eBay. Regal, I sent him a Regal. He sent me the Sunny Auto. And he also sent me a few other bits, Maya Yoshida autograph and an Al Snow rookie card, PSA 8. So straight in the PC. Shout out to Sam for that. And then Jamie, as you were saying, you needed to offload a few cards to fund your MJF. One of them was your Bret Hart patch. I was surprised you sold this, to be honest, but I suppose you're not a big Bret Hart guy. You're more of a Shawn guy.
Yeah, it's one of these cards that I never really wanted to either part with, but it's also a card that I really quite liked having in my PC. But needs must. MJF topped Bret this time round, so I'm glad it's gone to somebody I know and it's gone to a good home at least. So
that's what I was going to say. So I just want to say thank you, because that card is you can't really see it because of the glare, but it's pride of place behind me. I moved everything out of the way, said get out of the way. So yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries, mate. Thank you very much for grabbing it.
No worries. And only 2 Slam Attacks Chrome cards this week. They are both Alexa Bliss. They are both Nuggets of Purest Green, 100 Club, and just the base as well, both to 50. And then finally, something that may be a little bit controversial here, Dead Guy cards. So I bought 3
silence.
Yeah. 3 lots of cards. Absolutely hundreds of them, probably 300 or 400 again. They're from a hospice. So all the money went to charity and all, etc. Right. But I'd imagine Dead Guy cards. But man, there was some good cards.
It sounds really horrible. Sometimes there are some good cards in these kind of lots.
Absolutely. So I would imagine some of the listeners would have seen this as well, because they had a load of wrestling card lots up, and one of the lots went for 250 quid, which was the white border Merlin 91s, the Black Series Gold, and the classic 90s. Again, probably like 300 or 400 cards there, and they looked in top condition. Although I felt like that's, whatever, that's a big price to pay, is 250 for them. My ones are a little bit more under the radar, so to speak. So I bought 3 lots. One of them, it looked like a restricted access, that set, the green.
Oh yeah, the UK Topps one.
Yeah. So it looked like it was just that, but on page 12 out of like 20 pages of photos, they had Topps Chrome 2006, 2007, Topps Chrome Heritage, sorry. And yeah, just tons of Heritage and all these old, like, you know, X Factors and all sorts in there. So yeah, I was shitting my pants about whether I'd win this or not, because I didn't want to pay loads and loads of money for it. But yeah, I actually paid a tenner.
Whoa. Have you had it all arrive yet?
Yeah. I've had it all, and check my latest Instagram post, because I've posted the Chrome portion of it on there already. But yeah, it's basically like almost the whole sets of these Chrome cards. So I think I'm down to sort of needing like 10, 20 per set. And like I think I showed you guys the turkey red ones. So there's all the Chrome turkey reds in there, and yeah, there's the rookies, Stephanie McMahon, AJ Lee, Mickey James, and there's like multiple as well. So it's not just like one. So yeah, dead guy cards for me this week.
I'll tell you what though, dude, like those kind of things, knowing how hard it was to get those sorts of cards of that era in the UK, like someone's actually had to be a real collector to bring them into the UK.
Absolutely, yeah.
And even if they are dead guy cards, like at least they're going to a collector who collects the same.
This is what I've got written down at the end. You know, I know that they're dead guy cards, but at least they're going to a collector. Who I am going to keep them on, like only the doubles I'll get rid of. But again, two like-minded people, so all's well that ends well. I'll stop saying it.
Literally ends.
How about you, Dave? You've been a busy boy.
Let's cheer things up a bit.
Yeah. I'll start off with the white sparkles. So I did buy a pack. Didn't do great. I did a break, got a couple, and I bought one. So in the pack I bought, I had perfect, which is not far from perfect with the centering, Shinsuke and Isla Dawn. Isla Dawn's really cool. I like the card anyway. Not too fond of the bondage stuff, but yeah, she's quite cool. On the break, I got Nikki Cross and Vader. Vader's centering is terrible as well. On a horizontal card as well, which is strange because a lot of them the verticals are all screwed up. So even that one's really bad centering. And from Germany, I've got Bron Breakker as well. I still am waiting for the German one to come in, but I have the other 5. So all cool. Could have hit so much more, you know what I mean? Like I could have hit such bigger cards, but it is what it is. You roll the dice, you get what you get. So, but they're cool. I think just for the uniqueness of the centering, I think it's quite hilarious, to be honest. I did pick up one single, which I thought was an absolute steal. So Dewdrop last year, Sensational Signatures Green Pulsar out of 25 for £4.20.
Bro.
That's it.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
Like, I just can't believe that. I might...
To 25.
To 25.
Crazy.
I might send it off to Breaker Mayfield because he collects Dewdrop and Piper Niven. So I might, for a laugh, just send it to him.
Do a favour.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. So talking of breakers and breaks, obviously I didn't go. I think I did in total probably about 6 breaks. I didn't go like straight into them. I knew I was going to go into FOTL, and there was a couple of reasons for it. One, I'd never pulled an FOTL. And I thought this would be a good chance to pull an FOTL. I'd never pulled a Mojo, so if I pull an FOTL, I'm also pulling a Mojo as well. So, which is baffled me why I've hit fucking everything else, but not a Mojo in all the breaks I've done. So, I thought I'd go for it. I started off with I never had Bron in any of them. I had Dolph. But Dolph hasn't got that many cards in the set. He's got ringside. He had ringside, an auto. He did have a patch. And he also had a snap shot. so he didn't really, and I think potentially one other, but he didn't have that many cards. Howard Finkel, I went big on for. Hank, I went big on for, one of the only rookies in the set. Perfect and RVD, with different breaks, different people I went for. So I didn't really hit much until the last 2 evenings. So I did a break in Mayfield, dual case break, which I prefer, if anything, I don't like a 5 case break. That's insane.
It's fucking long.
It takes a long time to fill it all. Jesus.
One is fine, but if you have 2, then yeah, it costs more money. But you're rolling the dice. You've got two opportunities to hit. You know what I mean? So I much prefer 2. Anyway, I did get 1 case hit from his breaks, and that was a Howard Finkel ringside silver.
Nice.
So lovely, happy. Oh, I did go for Pat McAfee a couple of times as well. I think I've pulled 2 of his base cards, so one for me and one for Trav. But
I had him last night in a break and nothing.
Yeah. The 1-on-1's gone now as well. Anyway, so I had that, and then Card Shop did a break the next day, and the configuration of the cases, from what I've seen, has been either spot on or really fucked up. So this was a bit fucked up. So they had 2 silvers come out in a case. I got one of them. I had 1-2-3 Kid. That's another one I've been going for. I had 1-2-3 Kid, and I also Diesel as well. But I got the Zebra Concourse Diesel, which is amazing, right? So, and I think was that, if I'm thinking like, so if I did 2 cases on Mayfield and pulled 1, and I did his case break as well, out of 3 cases, I pulled 3 case hits. So I think that's really cool, man. I think that's
really good luck.
That's good,
really good luck. You know what I mean? So, but out of,
against you,
but that Card Shop one, there was like 2 silvers ringsides when there only should really have been 1, and then there was definitely only 1 zebra, but there was like 4 ringside mojos out of that case, which I've never seen before. That's unreal.
Loaded,
that's like you normally get 2 in a case, not 4. So it was just really fucked up. Anyway, that guy from Card Shop finished, and there was another guy. So another stream on Card Shop went off, and they were doing 3 breaks throughout the night, 3 cases throughout the night. So I said, "No, I'm done. This is I know it's FOTL, but if I do it, I'm going to be up all night, because you know what I'm like. I watch the thing. You guys go to bed. I'm up until 3:00 in the morning, going, come on." So I said, "No, look, I'm going to go to bed. Not worry about it. See you later, alligator." When I got up in the morning, it was still on, and I was like, "Okay, this is interesting." So I went in to see what was going on, and they decided to do a 4th break. It was their last FOTL that they had in Vegas, and looking on the whatnot after that, it was the last FOTL break, and I think they had 10 wrestlers left, and I thought, right, and one just popped up on the screen for bidding, and I got it for $36, and that was LA Knight. Yeah. And I thought, right, I know, so educated, the reason why I went for him, right, I know that he's got a snapshot in there, which is a really cool. It's probably the best snapshot, because he's got him and the dual heads.
Big head.
Really cool. And I thought, if I get a silver of that, at the very least, I'd be happy. If I get a gold out of it, I'd be brilliant. I know he's got the ringside, but I know that. So every break, everyone's talking about what ringside mojos that they've pulled. So with the FOTL, so the mojo configuration was the concourse route of 7, the Premier was out of 4, but the ringsides were out of 2.
Yeah.
So because they're out of 2, it was really easy to keep tabs on which ones have been pulled and which ones hadn't. And I know what Breaker Mayfield had pulled. I know what Junior had pulled, and I know what Card Shop had pulled. And I had not seen an LA Knight. So I thought, right, let's see what happens. And sure as shit, Daddy pulled an LA Knight ringside, 1 out of 2 mojo on the break.
Mate, well done.
You know,
sometimes fate is just right for you. Like sometimes you just get a good vibe and you think, I'm just going to go with this. And that's the way it goes, you know?
One spot on the break. You know what I mean? Like I had no other wrestler in that break, one wrestler in that break, and I pull the biggest card out of that break.
Mate, unbelievable.
Insane.
Well done.
It's great.
Good
Thank
work.
you. It's I'm in talks with someone at the minute regarding a potential trade. Obviously I don't like. Ultimately, what I'm looking for is obviously the Bron color blast or something of that. Like something I want for my
that
PC.
ilk, like that kind of big card like that.
Yeah. I mean, like I've pulled a big card. I'll swap it for a big card.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
Like
true.
if it makes sense. So
I think if you're going to do a trade,
I'm happy to keep it as well. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, but while he's big right now, why not?
I was going to say that while the market's hot, this is where you want to be doing a trade. You don't want to hold on to it and then that moment go, you know?
Yeah.
Mate, really, really well done there. Really well done.
Thank you. And the thing that I noticed today as well, which I know it's lesser importance and whatever not, but I pulled a zebra.
Mm-hmm.
I've pulled a zebra, I've pulled a tiger, and I've pulled an elephant now.
The arc. The arc is back.
Considering I'm not a breaker and I don't open that much stuff, and I do predominantly breaks and stuff like that, to have ripped and got all 3 out of either ripping it myself or a break, I'm pretty happy with that.
Like you haven't gone out there and just bought them. You've got them other ways. Yeah.
You know, so I'm quite happy. It's finally I've got all 3. So it's a lot of stuff on the tick list. You know, I've never pulled an out of 2 before. Never pulled an FOTL, Mojo, Zebra. I ticked all of it off. A ringside silver. I ticked all of it off in like 2 days, basically. So it was. Yeah, really cool.
It was a nice up from what you had a couple of crap weeks to pull you out back into normal life.
I do think I have to retire from breaks now, though, because it ain't going to get any fucking... Sorry, Margaret. It ain't going to get any fucking better than this, right? Like, how do you... Apart from pulling, like, one-of-ones...
One-of-one, that was...
Yeah, you know what I mean? But the thing is, I have pulled a one-of-one.
Yeah.
I'm like...
So it's not something that's, like, new or... Do you know what I mean? Whereas...
It's not something on the achieve list, you know what I mean? Like... So, I'm a bit like... Everything now is going to be, every time I do a break now, it's going to be a bit of an anti-climax, but it's like I don't know, it's like, I'm just not going to get any better than it, you know what I mean? So
you're in a good role.
I'm in a good role, and this is why I think maybe I skip elite, and I'm perfectly happy to go into the breaks and watch them, but I think now I'm a bit like, because I've had the luck, I know I might just get shit luck now for like the rest of the time. So it is great.
Well, that sets us up really nicely, actually, then, for this week's big topic. Then we're going to be chatting all about Select. And you set the scene quite nicely there, Lloydy. So we're going to do a real deep dive into Select, as we normally do with releases. We'll go through checklists, things we like, things we don't like, and just generally our reviews on it. So firstly, Lloydy, while you're talking about Select, what's your overall thoughts on Select? And we'll go to Chris after for his thoughts as well.
The best way I can describe it is if you went somewhere and they gave you cotton candy and you went, oh, cotton candy, that's really cool. I haven't had that. Like, this is really nice. Yum, 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 yum. And then you're like, oh, that's a lot of cotton candy. And then like, I fancy something else now. And then all you can find is still more cotton candy, and it's like, oh man, I don't really want more cotton candy. Is that all you've got? Yeah, that's all I've got. Okay, I'll have more. I just feel sick. And this is what I feel about Select. It's a bit too sickly for my liking. Everything's silver. Like, it's not chrome, it's everything silver. EPL Select had the same, was very in the same ilk of it all.
Yeah.
It's very shiny, silvery, and I don't like everything like that. I've decided chrome I can deal with, but silvery, I just think it's just a bit too much. Like when the whole set, like there's no base on the autographs. It's silvery.
It all pearlesses as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's I just the designs of the concourse and the premiere are a bit sickly for me as well. They look a bit, I don't know. I preferred last year. I just think they don't do much for me this year. The ring sides, obviously the horizontals. We've had the horizontals in Prism. I do think the horizontals in Select are better.
I would think
why would we have Snapshot with the horizontal as well? It doesn't make any sense. There was a lot of negatives for me, and this is why I say I don't think it was the set for me this year. But I can see why people do like it. There's a lot of positives as well. There's a lot of, like, the colors. Like when you do a break and all the big cards have been pulled up and the wall of the big cards are in front of you, it looks very colourful, and
it does.
That they've knocked it out the park with the patches for the tie-dye patches again and lower. They've been knocked out the park again. There's a lot of positives, but I think there's more negatives than positives for me. Chris?
One of the positives for me was the actual like photography and the imagery used in the set. I think it's, in my opinion, it's probably the best work yet from Panini in terms of like images picked and things.
Okay.
There's some really, really cool ones. And I haven't really seen any where I thought, eesh, like, do you know what I mean? Like normally there's at least a few. Granted, I haven't watched as much as Dave has. But I've seen a fair amount. And yeah, I just think the photography is just getting better and better with Panini.
So the ringside photography was on point, like what you're saying, like it was on point, but some of it was from matches and some of it was people just like laying about and looking at
promo shots and stuff.
But then you had the snapshots, and I'm like, why didn't you pictures of look at my bum, have that on the snapshot?
It's a snapshot. That does make sense.
And on the ring side, have the people in the fucking ring.
You know what I mean? So, a little bit of common sense needed.
But I personally, I think that they got it mixed up. I really think that you know what I mean? Like there was some imagery that they should have been like that, and there was a mix-up somewhere. I'm pretty sure, because it doesn't make much sense, to be honest.
I do wonder how they sort of, because last year, like Panini, we had like Prism, and then we had sort of the Revolutions, and they used a lot of the same imagery. But this time around, there is a lot of unique images on there, and there's some really cool shots that you probably have never seen before either. You think, where the fuck have they got these from? You know, sorry, Margaret. So there are some really nice images. There are some shit ones in there as well, but image-wise, I quite like some of it. I think the ringside are the better of the images, definitely.
I'll just quickly say as well that when we spoke about this on the last episode, we were the checklist came like the next day. And it had everything on it, and it looked amazing. And I take everything back, basically. Thumbs up from me.
The thing with the ring sides, though, and they had the same problem on Prism, is that if you have from a match and it's not encompassing the full space, there's a lot of negative space. So unless there is like I think the Finkel one that I've got is like quite good, but if you look at like the 1, 2, 3 Kid, for example, I've got it here in front of me. There's just a lot of negative black space.
Yeah, which does look like Prism as well, doesn't it? Yeah.
It looks like Prism as well. So I think if you've then got a shot of someone, look at my bum, it actually does, it looks like a photograph that should be on a horizontal card.
Yeah.
Where these ones, I don't think really goes that well, to be honest. So
I think
ebbs and flow.
Zoe Stark's a key one for that sort of negative space. Like you got her portrait on there, and it is literally just nothing but black background, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have you? Sorry.
Well, so I was just going to say that with the ring sides as well. I think that a lot of the names on the ring sides weren't great. I mean, you did have Hogan on there, yes. Ultimate Warrior's on there, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of people on the ring sides that didn't need to have a ring side.
Loads,
I like Captain Lou Albana, but did he need a ring side? Carl Anderson did have a ring side. I saw both twos pulled in breaks as well.
Was it in the same break again?
No, not in the same break.
Okay, cool,
no,
cool.
Different breaks, but like I couldn't believe it. I was like, not the other one. So, but there is a lot. Like, why does B-Fab need a ringside?
Uncle Howdy.
Yeah, Uncle Howdy.
Card Shop actually pulled both of his ringside mojos. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think it is a bit bizarre, to be honest. Some of them, but whatever. Like Lex Luger.
What?
Braun Strowman. Why?
They're a bit.
Sorry.
I was going to say, what have been your favourite images you've seen across the set? I think there's some really nice ones. I think one that really shot out for me, again, is ringside. You see the Rhea Ripley with like the multiple faces, like 5 heads on it. I think that's a really interesting card image.
It's different, but I would have thought that one would have been more suited for the snapshot than the ringside. You see, that is what
it makes you know
what I mean. Like it was, it felt out of place for it to be on a ringside, but it's one of the images of the set, right?
Yeah. So
yeah,
for sure.
100%.
I really like this one. Was right up Chris's alley. Like the Stephanie McMahon looking like a right bad bitch on the throne with the sledgehammer. That's a really cool image. And again, with the red and silver, that really pops, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior Parts Unknown.
Yeah.
Very cool.
What for the global icons?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For the ring sides, Liv was very good, but that's like, look at my bum. Trish is good.
Kevin Nash's was really nice. In the Outsiders Get Pointing was a nice image.
I was on a break when the mojo got pulled for that as well. I was like, why did I not have Nash on this break? I was gutted. There's some really nice. The Rock Premier I really like. Not the concourse, but the Premier, the one he's looking over his shoulder, basically.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Which one was there's a few different Shawn Michaels ones, but there's one where he's got the IC title, he's wearing it, and he's got like the gold gear on.
I think it's the Premier.
I think it's the high tier one.
I don't think it's the ringside. The ringside, I think he's plaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few. But yeah, that one's really cool.
I like the Hogan NWO in the ringside as well. That's, again, a nice image of Hogan. We don't normally get the NWO version, really.
I like to say I helped out, but I pointed, because I know Trav was a massive fan of that. So I pointed out a Hogan ringside die cut, and I think he picked it up for $30.
Wow.
Nice.
No other bid. And this was like when people didn't really know what the die, and I still don't think they know what the die cuts are.
No.
So I basically saw, the ringside silvers are I saw like 1 or 2 a case. 0 to 2 a case. But I also saw 0 to 2 a case with the silver die cuts as well for the ringsides. So they look like a ringside, but one of the edges has been removed. And I think they are, honestly, I think they're just as rare as the silvers.
I do too. There's not many about, is there?
Potentially rarer. So I'm so glad. I know Trav wanted that card. I'm so glad he was able to get it as well. So that's a big win. If you guys see the silver die cuts out there, snag them. There's not many out there. I think they're going to be very chasey.
Mm. Yeah, I do love a die cut as well. It's nice to see some sort of more die cuts out and about, to be fair.
Yeah. Let's try to think. I can't remember. I think it is actually the concourse, but the Bailey, the one in the cage.
Yeah, it's very shiny though. Yeah. It's very, very shiny.
Very shiny card, but it's unique though, cool isn't it? It's a very like cool. We don't see that kind of thing on cards, so I think it was a very unique card to have. I don't own one of those actually. I should go and get one at some point. But other than that, I don't know. Anything else we've missed?
I really like you mentioned it in the chat as well. The Kane shot with the fire on the snapshots.
Oh yeah, the snapshot of Kane. Yeah, the silver Kane snapshot. That's amazing. Yeah.
Or an
old Kane.
Another one you mentioned is the sexy Batista one.
Yeah, Batista. Give me what I want.
Yeah, look. Yeah. That card was
that's in the film PC, is it?
Yeah, I haven't got it. I need to get it. But Batista got pulled so much out of those cases. It's unreal. I didn't see many autographs of him, but base cards. So many base cards I saw of it, like numbered base cards, basically parallels. But yeah, really cool. Really, really cool. Obviously, we haven't had the mezzanine yet, and that's coming out on the retail.
Yeah,
which I think is up on like Walmart and Target or whatever at the moment. So
yes,
not long till then.
No, it won't be long.
Well,
I'm just looking through actually if there any big names that are missing on the mezzanine. So Bobby the Brain. Steve Blackman.
Yeah,
that's
waiting to see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Really, there's no real other rookies. It's been so lackluster for the rookies.
Lola Vice, is she going to be a rookie?
That's a rookie, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
No, absolutely, but I don't remember seeing her cards before, so maybe that. But yeah, other than that,
and Hank, that's about it.
Who do you think are going to be big names in that? Because obviously all the mezzanine are like really low numbered. You've got Cody again at number 400. That's going to be a big card, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah.
Who else can we expect in that mezzanine to be sort of high chase values? I guess Ava is again another one you could probably look at. Yeah, so there's some unique names. Dory Funk Jr. I can't remember the last time I had a Dory Funk Jr. card. You're going to be going right back to like Topps Heritage for that. But yeah, there's a few unique names on it. It'd be interesting to see what the artwork's like for them anyway.
Yeah.
What about autos?
I think the Roman Reigns one would be quite big on the Mez.
What numbers is he? How is he?
3, 4, 6.
Okay, I've got me. Yeah. There's quite a few in there. We shall see. Cool. So what about autos? Cool. What do you guys think about autos? Who have you seen? What do you like? Who do you not like? And what have you sort of picked up, if you have picked up any?
Ding Dong.
Ding Dong.
Yeah. I think that's got to be one of the coolest things.
So they have the normal autographs, which is, so I'm just trying to find out what they. It's not the ringside. Signature selections. That's it. Signature selections. So they actually look a bit like last year's Mezzanine cards, but as an autograph. Looks really weird, and they're obviously all shiny because they're the silver and above. Basically, there's no like base matte versions anymore. So they're quite nice. I did actually pick up a couple. I forgot to say these on my purchases. So who did I buy? I bought Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Oh, nice.
I bought Quincy Elliott for $3.
Someone's going to have that, are they?
Fucking guess who.
And I did buy the ringside autograph as well of Adam Pearce.
Nice.
Which I thought was a bit.
This is his first set he's been in, isn't it?
I think it's going to be. I think so.
Yeah. So they were very like $15. I think for those two, and Quincy Elliott was $3. I think it was. So
big spender.
You know what I mean? It was very, very cheap. I've been after a Greg for ages, to be honest. So yeah, quite cool. I like. There's nothing on there that's like
massive,
blown me away. I think the Sol Rooker autograph was a bit disappointing.
I like
it. Just
No, I like the. Sorry.
Oh no, go on, bud. No, you go, bud. Sorry.
I like the ringside action autos. They're quite nice, having that sort of two-step profile and the auto on the left-hand side.
But it was the same last year, though.
Yeah,
they haven't really changed it.
Still nice though.
They're nice. Don't get me wrong. I like the Heyman one; is really nice
with the belt.
Yeah,
the close-up of MSG and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the thing is they haven't changed much from last year, so it's a bit like, okay, it's the same kind of stuff. Don't get me wrong; most sets don't change drastically. No. I get it, but
I did actually get I've just remembered an auto from this Signature Selections as well. I got Candice LeRae in a break last night. So,
nice.
Fair enough. But very shiny. I do agree with that. I remember it thinking, that looks a bit shiny.
Doesn't
a bit silver.
I think ultimately, and the thing we probably need to cover the most is that, and probably one of the reasons that I'm a bit like, meh, I think it's a bit of tiredness because, and not from the concussion, but more so from, we've had Panini Prism this year, we've had Revolution this year, and now we've had this. And there isn't, it's kind of the same people,
very
especially
same autos.
Very, very samey. Yeah, exactly. And it's like, I look at these select autographs and I think, well, hang on a second, what set are these from now?
Yeah.
I just, you know what I mean? It's really starting to just all kind of blend into one this year. And I think Select have gone more in line with the likes of Prison. And I think that's kind of why, with this, especially with the shininess, and that's kind of why I've been like not overly as fond of it as last year. That kind of makes sense. It's difficult. It's difficult. Right?
It's kind of what we said last week as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
just nothing. It seems a little bit samey and stuff. I do like the white cards though, the 125s.
Yeah,
they're really
they had
nice.
Those last year though. They were 99.
I don't remember them. I don't remember seeing them. Weird.
White cards out 99 last year. I prefer out of 199 than 199 out of 99 than 125.
That's a weird number, but yeah. No, I didn't see them last year.
Yeah, I got Shelton Benjamin from last year as a skunk price.
Oh no,
fair enough.
And I've got an Omos as well, which I hit on a break.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean they're really nice. They were the highlight from last year. I think one of the big highlights from last year.
That I missed apparently.
Yeah, you missed.
Fucking hell.
There's a Hogan. There's a Hogan white shorts Hogan in a white card as well.
Yeah, no, I have seen that. Yeah. It's given it the side.
It's kind of like the most famous from the white cards that you could probably get. To be honest, and it's still probably worth about
pants color match. Yeah,
pants color match. So, yeah, I don't know, Jamie, what are your thoughts?
I think final thoughts from me, I kind of mentioned this to Chris last time round. It's quite tough to tell the difference between 2023 and 2022. And people have being very crafty on eBay and not putting a date on the eBay listings. And that's easily cocking me up trying to get these orange flashes, which is why I've kind of stopped to some degree in some ways. On the whole, it is very shiny, isn't it? I think you're right there. It is very prismy. But I just, on a final thing, it's something we haven't done here before. We've never rated a product out of 10 or given a overview thoughts. I wonder if you fancy doing that with our releases going forward. And what would you give this out of 10 on the SCP scale?
5, maybe a 6. But it was like a 10 last year.
Yeah, it was set of the year, set of the decade, wasn't it? Everyone loved it last year.
It's not even the same league, I think.
No.
It's not tickled the right spots on me this year. The product of the year for me so far is Prism 2023.
Yeah.
The insert of the year for me, Stargazing from Revolution. This hits nothing for me. That really, like, even like the first off the line, I've pulled a massive card, right? Huge. It's worth quite a bit of money. But if you think about it, the first off the line, it was a Mojo. Which have been 25 why can't they put like a unique parallel for their first off the line? Mojo, mate. Not even a different coloured Mojo. They could have put like a purple Mojo in there.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
But you know what I mean? They could have done anything.
Just a normal Mojo is just a bit.
I really just don't understand what they did this year. It kind of, like, they've done it for like a lot of the sets, like EPL and stuff like that, and I think it worked better on football than it has worked on wrestling. And I say football, soccer for
football,
summer series.
But I just don't know. It just didn't hit the notes at all. So I think maybe a 5.5, maybe 6.
Okay, Chris, what about you? Final thoughts and score.
Final thoughts, as I said, I really liked the photography, so that's probably a little bit of a plus for me, and I am getting FOMO. So watch this space. By the weekend, I will have bought a box. So I'm probably going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to go a 7. But maybe that's because, as we've said already, Dave's seen so much more of it that I didn't watch any case breaks or anything like that. I've seen like 5 or 6 just box breaks, but yeah, I'm still impressed. The only reason it goes down a bit to maybe like a 7 from being higher is what you said, Jamie. It's just a little bit samey and a little bit too soon. I would like to see them break it up and do Prism one quarter, like the first half of the year, Select the second half of the year, Immaculate first half, impeccable second half.
Why put two of the massive expensive ones together
right next to each other? Yeah, that's
two of the most popular ones basically together with one shoehorned in between, but and then you got the 2 most expensive ones at the end of the year. Like what? Break it up. As I say, select around Christmas time.
Perfect. Yep.
Put Prism round April time. Easy change, right?
Yeah,
massively.
I'm gonna be about the same as you, Chris. I'm gonna go for a 6.5 to 7. Some of the imagery is quite nice. I really like that. Kane is an amazing shot. Some of the sort of horizontal shots just really are really nice. I'm a bit WWE card fatigued at the minute. I kind of feel like I'll need something else other than WWE. We're kind of in this style where we're getting the same autos, the same stickers, just because we're just seeing the same cards crop up. And I kind of am desperate for a bit of a break and something else. Maybe I would like it a bit more if there was a bit more of a change between. It's nice to see the animal prints back again. There are some really nice animal prints. I think one of my favourites is Nikita Lyons. I think looks quite nice with zebra and stuff. But yeah, just generally I'm a bit fatigued out, I think, and I don't know if that's because I don't like the product or I'm just a bit wanted a bit more something else. So, yeah.
This is why I'm starting off my Roman Reigns out of 37, because at least it gives me something else to chase now, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, boring at the minute with regarding what we're going through. I really like Revolution. I think the kabooms were just too much, like people going mental over the kabooms when they're basically case hit base cards, right? They're whatever. But I had the most fun I have had in the hobby doing Prism this year.
Yeah.
And I was nowhere near like at all that kind of feeling for Select. The highest high was amazing, but like there was no like, oh, I've got to get onto this break.
No.
It was the first time I've ever seen a break sell out even before. Like normally someone gets a case in and then you have to wait a couple of hours before the slots get finished.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've seen like a all the slots go before the cases had even arrived.
Nice,
that's the first time, and great, fantastic. That's what it should be. But that's the power of Select. Will that happen again next year? After this year, I don't think so.
We shall see. Cool.
I think Prism will be big again next year. Huge.
Prism is king.
Yep.
So, okay, so we've got a 5, 6, and a 7. So we're sort of middle of the road on Select this year, yeah?
Well, so it was let's just say 6. It was a 6, 6.5, and a 7.
Mine was a 6 to 7, so let's just say 6.
6 all round then, yeah?
6 across, yeah.
6 across, okay.
If it's 6 across, then
fine. Selects.
I mean, there wasn't enough. There wasn't enough in there to give it much more. To be honest, it's really sad. We all loved Select last year. It was phenomenal.
So what I was thinking of doing, because this is the first breakdown of year 2, I'm going to hold all of these until we do our next Hall of Fame show or end of year show, and then we'll have what our scores were, and then we can work out what our set of the year was going to be. So a little extra thing we can keep a track of. So
but the problem is, do we then...
What about Prism?
Rate Prism and Rev?
Well, we haven't technically broken in year 2, so...
We have to... okay, I see.
Year 2 pod.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yes. Get ya. Cool.
Well, the other thing before the pricing we need to talk about, I do think it's quite reasonably priced. Even the first off the line went for quite reasonable money in the end, right?
Yeah.
So, and the breaks, unless you go into a 5-caser, they've been reasonably priced, really.
Yeah, the ones I've been in have,
The big names are always going to cost big money. It's if you're like a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan, you're going to be paying a lot of money to get the spot of Stone Cold Steve Austin time and time again in a break, right? If you're not, and you're a lower end, like if you're a Dolph Ziggler fan, for example, you're not going to be paying ridiculous money every time. It's just how it is. That's every break.
Yeah, it's always going to be the way. I'm going to send you a link over shortly, Lloyd, as well. It might intrigue you about Select, but I'll let you know that later on. Right, we'll move over to our top 5. We are on the road to SummerSlam. SummerSlam is this weekend. We've got the theme of the top 5 this time round of SummerSlam cards, excluding 1992, because we've already done that in the past. So, got a few cards all lined up. Have you got your top 5s ready? Who wants to start us off with this week's top 5?
I think it's me, isn't it?
Go on then.
I think it's me. So number 5, I haven't seen this for a couple of weeks actually. So I'm like, oh, okay. I went this way.
You were right on this as well. You were right at it.
I did.
Where were we?
So number 5, Triple H ladder match against The Rock. This came out in 2022 Panini Chronicles. It's All About the Game was the insert, right? They were quite hard to get, actually, from that set.
They were.
And I'm going to say, was it SummerSlam 98?
Was SummerSlam 98?
Yeah.
98.
A great SummerSlam.
Yeah. IC title.
Shawn Michaels versus Triple H Street Fights 2021. This is from the Tops 2021, right?
Yeah.
So, film strip, relic, and that's from SummerSlam 02. So that's, I mean, that I love the film strips, and there is a couple of SummerSlam ones in there, and I think this is quite unique actually because you don't actually see this match a lot on cards.
No, you don't.
To be honest, it's quite rare. So, and I do have fond memories of it. It was a weird ending as well, if I remember rightly. Wasn't it a double count out or something?
No, Triple H went for the pedigree, and then Michaels dropped him down and like flipped him over for the pin. I can't remember what you would call the pin, but he kind of hooked the legs.
I was going to rewatch it. 2002. I was going to 02. I was going to watch it again, but I haven't got round to it. And let's see how easy it is on the network to get through.
Good luck.
So
it's been nice knowing you.
Yeah, exactly. So Roman versus Cena. So this was from the Summer of Cena cards that they did.
It's like a set, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, it was a set of like 30 cards, I want to say.
Yeah, something like that.
There's some parallels in there. So this was the Vegas Classic, basically, where Roman is completely decking Cena, and obviously Roman won. The 1 of 1 is actually owned by Logie Bear on this.
I think it's been sold, bud.
Has he sold it, man?
I think it's sold in the last few days, yeah.
Well done.
It was a really good price on that.
Yeah. I know he got it for a lot cheaper as well. Because I remember it for a very lower price. So that was from SummerSlam 21.
Yep.
The Rock, I love this card. The Rock versus Brock Lesnar. So it's from 2014 Tops Greatest Championship Matches, and that's from SummerSlam 02 as well.
I love this set. This is one of my all-time favorite insert sets. It's really, really nice.
But this card, I think cards like and photography, when you get that both on either side of the ring. And the expanse of the ring, like we're talking about negative space before. This is when the negative space works.
Yeah.
Because it's the space that makes the card on this. At like the tension,
you can see the scale of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this that big floodlight like going down as well? Yeah. Like it really is. It's a real great image.
It's a real great image. It's one I need to get. This is, Chris normally goes down these rabbit holes. This is my rabbit hole this week. I need to go and get it, man. I love that card. Love it. I would like to say it's the start of the Brock era, but he'd already started. It was cementing the end of the Rock era, right? Yeah. That's what it really was. So.
That Tops 2014 set as well, they've also got a champion set within that, and it has all the title holders from the beginning up till 2014. It's all like a studio profile shot of them. And it's just like something they just don't do now, like profiling every champ, Really cool. Really cool.
Really cool. And number one, I said this is probably one of my favourite cards of all time, and I'm glad I actually get to put it onto a top 5, and that's the Randy Orton undercard SP from Panini Prism this year, and it's from SummerSlam 04. Hit with him basically leaning over and kissing the belt, but it's a zoomed in version of him kissing the belt. Very rare do you see that image on a card. And the thing is with Orton, it's the one time you see his passion. Like he's very like Sully, kind of very morbid kind of a human being, really, when it comes to life and wrestling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was the one time you could just see that, like, that is what he's been doing. Like he was very young at the time, and how much it meant to him as well. I love that card. I've got 2 of them, and I'm very happy about it.
It's a lovely silhouette type image as well, isn't it? Really nice.
Yeah, it is. It's a lovely card. It goes really well with the undercard, the weird disco-y donuts and stuff like that. It's really cool, man. Disco donuts are so cool this year. There was nothing in Select that's cooler than disco donuts. Come on, is there? Really? Is there?
I don't think there ever will be.
Otherwise, no.
Nah. Anyway, sorry, go on, Chris.
Cool. So I'll start off number 5, WWF magazine card. I always like to include a magazine card, apparently. Lex Luger, I've written Luther, and Yokozuna, SummerSlam 93. I've kind of, with my top 5, almost gone as well for like moments in my head that you know what I mean, just resonate with me. So SummerSlam 93, it's the leg drop. So he's dropping the leg on the card. I did think about having the Lex Express magazine card, but I just couldn't justify that it was actually SummerSlam. Do you know what I mean?
No, I know.
So I've gone for the leg drop. And yeah, it's just a cool one. I was just genuinely hyped as a kid when me and Dave have mentioned it a few times. And when all this was going on, it was like a massive deal for me. So that one is at number 5. Number 4, I've gone for Merlin Gold. Now I wasn't allowed any 92s, so I went for 1988. It's Hogan. I think it was Hogan and Macho versus DiBiase and Andre the Giant. And again, this is like just a sentimental one for myself, really. As a kid collecting these, on the back of the card, it would have the card. It would have the matches on the back of the card, and I just used to love sitting there reading all the matches. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a cool one. And the image for me, I feel like it's the card in that Merlin Gold Black series that was pulled the most. Every time I see, like lots of it, it's always in there. I had about 50 of the bastards in my collection, still got them. But yeah, it's one of them ones that as a kid, I hated that card, like the actual image on the front, but now I'm just really like nostalgic for it. So pop that one in there. Number 3, along the same lines as Dave. So Topps flagship 2021 trash set, but it did have the film strip relics. And I've gone
the Roman mem.
Yes.
That's literally about it.
That's about it. I went for Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect, SummerSlam 91.
Nice.
Bret obviously winning the IC title for the first time. Big deal. Not his best run. His better run was the next one, but still, it was a big deal. It was his first singles championship. And yeah, just really cool. I don't know if any of you've seen, there's a black 1 to 5 up on eBay at the moment. And because of the film strip being black and white, the black parallel looks pretty sick. Really nice. And staying along the same lines with the black kind of background, Flair All Access 2002. There's a pay-per-view poster of The Rock, and he's on the turnbuckle, right fist in the air, and it's in big sort of see-through letters, finally, on the card with the light shining through. I think that one's from SummerSlam 2001, so obviously the year before Set was out. Not necessarily his best SummerSlam, but it's just the actual image on the card on this one that is really cool.
You don't get pay-per-view posters like this now, do you, at all? Like, that seems to have been and gone, that era of unique posters.
The only time I can think of recently is the UK, the Superstars ones. Other than that, no, not for years. And at number 1, I've gone for Topps SummerSlam 2019. Specifically, there's the manufactured logo patches in there with the SummerSlam logo, but the autograph versions, which are to 10. So the cards will have, that logo of that SummerSlam. Like Luger's is 93, Mankind's, which is my favourite one on there, that's got the 99 SummerSlam logo. The other guys in the set are Randy Orton, Braun Strowman, DiBiase, and Kurt Angle. I haven't seen many of them, obviously, because they're to 10 only.
Yeah.
But I did kick the tyres on the Mankind one, but ended up leaving it and trying to forget about it. So yeah, number one for me.
I didn't know these existed. I know the SummerSlam patches obviously existed. I didn't know there was a load numbered auto.
So these are
really, really nice.
10. Yeah.
Mate, yeah, I wouldn't forget that card if I were you. That's a nice one to have as a pipe dream to go up.
The price made me forget it,
but no, really, really nice card. Really nice card.
Oh, over to you, Jay.
Right, I'll whiz through mine pretty quick. So I've gone kind of the same kind of line as you guys as well. Sort of SummerSlams that I've really liked and sort of inspired cards from there, really. So number 5, I've gone through for the WWF Slams. These are like the motion cards that came out in 2001. I've gone for one of the chase cards of the set, and this is Shane versus Steve Blackman from SummerSlam 2000. So it's not a motion card as such, but it is a 3D image. So the way it looks like Shane is sort of coming off the scaffolding after being hit with a kendo stick. So if you look at it just right, you can just see like Shane popping off the card, which is cool.
That's cool.
There are some other, because it's all around that era, there's obviously quite a few TLC cards as well, which were motion and stuff from SummerSlam 2000. So I was kind of tired what to go for. But yeah, I went for Shane falling off the Titantron as that image. Number 4, I've gone for kind of the same line as you there, Chris. The 2019 logo patch cards from Topps. Really cool. Obviously, there's all the different eras of SummerSlam and the actual artwork matches the patch, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
So there's some really nice ones in there. So yeah, that's at number 4. At number 3, I've gone for Heritage 2017, celebrating all things SummerSlam for the 30th anniversary. Big shout out for Chalky, the Chalk Man, for this. He helped me complete a lot of these sets, but they done lots of SummerSlam stuff. And you don't really get much SummerSlam love, but I think the All-Stars one within that is quite cool. Some quite cool imagery of people that you wouldn't normally see. And again, it was all kind of around their debut SummerSlams and stuff. So yeah, some nice love in 2017. At number 2, I've gone for a card which came out last year. And the reason I put this one, this is the Roman Reigns 1-on-1 Panini Instant. And this is a shot of the ring upended and Roman Reigns reaching underneath the ring for weapons and stuff. But the reason I put this in was kind of that everyone was so high on WWE at this point. Vince had just gone. It was the first Triple H pay-per-view, and everyone was like, oh my God, things are changing. This is so good. So I thought, well, actually, that's quite an iconic thing because that kind of was like the start of this new WWE, I guess. So, yeah, number 2 for that. And at number 1, Lloydy, kind of inspired a little bit by you for this one. Randy Orton, impeccable championship debuts, number 4. Another one for Orton.
I did have it as my honourable mentions if someone didn't pick them.
Oh, okay, fair enough. It's
so yeah.
I think this cropped up earlier in the year. Someone actually had called this.
I had. Yeah.
So this is a Randy Orton. This is him holding the belt after SummerSlam. He's done the autograph, but he's got all his stuff written around it. I said he's got the Viper, all this sort of stuff written around. Orton's obviously really getting into signing cards while he's on the injured list. And I think this is one of the best Orton autos out there. What do you guys think of this Orton Impeccable?
The problem is my image is better.
Your image is very nice, yes.
That's the SummerSlam image of him kissing the belt, not holding up the belt, which he is just doing randomly on the thing. But the autograph is probably his best autograph.
Yeah.
So it's such a shame that what I'm getting at, it's such a shame that they haven't used
the kissing picture,
the image, the kissing the belt picture, which they should have done on that card, basically.
I had this one on inscriptions, I think.
Yes.
So I didn't want to pick it again, but yeah, great shout.
So yeah, that's what I'm rounding up for me with my top 5. So, any honourable mentions for SummerSlam?
Other than the Orton, I had the Brock Lesnar and the Finn as well from the same set, the debuts basically.
Okay,
because the Brock Lesnar beating The Rock and Finn beating Seth. Was it 2015? Finn did that.
Yeah, because they've been hyping up 7 years. Yeah, on TV they've been hyping up as. So yeah, a long time ago.
Jesus Christ. Those cards are really cool as well. I mean, they are, very unique moments for SummerSlam. But other than that, I didn't have much else.
I got one SummerSlam 92 Bret Hart Bulldog. No, I'm joking. None from me. None from me.
Cool. Should we try and Mega 5 this? We'll see how we get on with this.
Give it a go.
That's your 30 seconds done then, guys. So where do you want to start? Where do you want to sit? Lloyd, I think I know you want to be your number 1.
I'm back in my element again. You guys missed me last time round.
Can I just say before, I managed to not get a single card on the Mega 5 last week, which was very well done of me.
Oh, no.
You didn't put one of your cards in?
No. None of mine went in.
Okay.
Me and Chris were really crap. We just couldn't decide between us. We was like, no, you put your leader. You do
that. To make the decisive decisions. There we go.
Okay. Well, obviously, Orton's are going to go first, right? So both Jamie and my card, I think, joint at the top.
If you could merge the two together.
You could merge the two. It's the perfect card, right?
You could make it Disco Donuts, the image, the inscriptions.
So
bit of
two winners. Yeah, it has to be. Like you can't say one's better than the other because it's they're two halves of a pure soul. That's Randy Orton apparently. So your top SummerSlam out of 10's second, surely.
Yeah. Although earlier in the show you did say something like, "Who would want a autograph of?" or like who would want a Braun Strowman or a Lex Luger, but they're both the guys in this set.
No,
it's just funny. I just thought it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Number 2. Number 3.
I really want my Rock and Brock at number 3.
I love that set. So
you sold me on that today, I think, Dave. I wasn't as keen on that before, but yeah.
It's just such an awesome card. It's just... I don't think I'll ever see that match again,
No.
Like, done. You know what I mean? Like, I just cannot imagine you'll ever see that match again.
God, no.
4 and 5, I mean...
We've got to have a film strip, haven't we?
We've got to have the film strips in there.
I think 4 is... I think 2 things. I think 5 is the Shane and the Blackman.
The motion one.
The motion one is number 5.
Okay.
But I think the film strip of Brett and Perfect is 4.
Okay. Brett and Perfect. Okay. On the Brett and Perfect.
Do you think that's right?
Do you want to put the number out of 5 that you're seeing on eBay down there because of the black and white back end of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can do.
Yeah.
5. Cool. Black parallel.
I thought this would be more difficult.
No, so does I.
I think that's right.
You've done well there.
I think that's right.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Cool. A nice simple.
We haven't put Roman in there though, which I kind of feel guilty about, but Roman's in so many.
Oh fuck him! He has plenty of other times on the Mega 5s.
You know what I mean?
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't be offended.
No.
Cool. I think we'll fix there.
We've literally completely discarded 2 Roman one-on-ones. Fuck Roman. If it's not 37, I don't care.
Oh, yeah, the 2-1 yeah. Well, it is what it is, I guess. Better luck next time, lad.
Yeah.
Right, let's Mega 5 and lock it in, and let's get out of here with our final thoughts for the time, shall we?
Yeah, cool.
Go on, lads. Right, okay. Next time round, Lloyd, I think it's your turn to pick a top 5. What do you want to do?
It is. So, I've already kind of reached out to you guys about the premise of it, but so the plan is we're going to change it up a bit next week. So we're going to have 2 top 5s. So we're going to have, but on the same kind of topics. So it's going to be rookies from Panini. So it could be in any set rookies, and as long as they've got the rookie card logo, right, whatever, they've started off as their rookie there. So rookies, but the first list will be the short-term investments, and the second list will be the long-term investments. So we'll obviously do a top 5 for each for all 3 of us, but there will be no Mega 5 because you can't.
How do you know what I mean?
No, you can't.
It'll be predictions for the future, but let's see what happens, especially with the long term, right? Because
be interesting to go back and say, "Wow, I'm fucking right or wrong with it."
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be very interesting. I think I've already done mine. I'll send it to you guys after the when we've finished tonight.
Okay.
So just to give you an inkling of where my mind's at. But yeah, I mean, there's so many different variables to it because it's like, are they on the cusp of being called up? Are they nowhere in the world of wrestling? Really, they just started out. Are they actually now on the main roster? But card values of what they currently are and what they have been and what they projected to be in the future as well, all takes all of this into consideration. So I think it's going to be a bit of a bit of a minefield, really. Yeah, it's going to be a strange one, to be honest, I think. So yeah, lots to talk through on that one. Cool. Big topic, nothing in mind at the minute.
Maybe this becomes a big topic, top 5 combination. We might be chatting along.
Well, the thing is, when are we meeting next? It's the 16th, right? No, the 17th.
17th, yeah.
Drawing back the curtains, we normally record on a Thursday night, unless we get the day wrong or someone has a concussion. So the next one will be the last one before All In.
Yeah.
So maybe not talk about cards. Maybe we'll just have a chat about All In.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
we should know a lot more about it, like what's going to happen, what matches and stuff.
Metal is supposed to come out at the end of August, potentially.
Potentially, it's very potential.
That's going to happen. So that emails have gone out about that. So, but it won't be out until we have the next show anyway. Yeah. So maybe we just chatted more about what All In's going to be and what we're going to do on the day. I don't even know how I'm getting there in a minute. So I think there's a train strike on or something like that. So
there is some.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
And I might have to fucking walk 50 miles at this point. So we'll see.
I opted to pay for Wembley's high premium parking just because I didn't want to take the risk. But it is what it is. That's what I've decided to do.
Wasn't it free?
No,
there was free parking, wasn't there?
No,
I can't remember.
No, I paid 40 quid.
Jamie's paid for it.
Well, it's 40 quid, but to be fair, like, it is what it is. I'm right by it, so it's all good.
I always do that for the O2 as well. So
yeah, just get there.
Is there still spaces, or am I fucked?
No, I only got this like yesterday, so if you're quick, you'll be fine.
Do you want to send me the URL?
Yeah, of course I can, yeah.
And I might drive down. But the thing is, I want to drink.
You want to drink? I want to drink.
I want to drink. Like, I every time I go to wrestling, I drink. So I don't want to stay down there either. I might just like coach it back or something. I once got a
big green bus.
I once got a taxi back once, like 50 miles.
There must be like a big red bus or something going from Milton Keynes, mustn't there?
It sounds like I'm special when you say big red bus. Me licking window going home.
You might be on the way back drunk.
No, he's just really drunk. He's just really drunk. Yeah. But I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
Nice.
I think that's it for me. _Lloydy boy on Insta. Nobody's said hello. A lot of people reached out, like not on Insta, but a lot of people did reach out to see how I was doing. So thank you very much, everyone. And I do appreciate the check-ins and stuff like that. So really cool.
Nice. Chris, over to you.
That's about it.
Cool. So same as always as well for me. Cambridge Trading Cards on Instagram and YouTube. Some of the latest videos on YouTube, Panini debut, trash set. Pulled a cool gold card, but that is literally it. So maybe give that one a swerve. I will just say I'm 2 cards off from completing that set now. So I need Bret Hart and Liv Morgan. I'll probably pick them up this week.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Put up a Slam Attacks Chrome video today, so I've only got a few of them left now. Until I buy my case or 4 cases. And then the next video should be the SmackDown Comic Images 1999 hobby box. What I'm waiting for with that is I've been really lazy and not ordered any supplies. I've got 0 top loaders, 0 anything basically at the moment. So I need to get them before I feel comfortable. Like all these Chrome cards that I've just picked up, they're all just sat there just in penny sleeves. So
I honestly, man, I've either got one or the other. I've run out of penny sleeves. I've got top loaders. I've run out of top loaders. I've got penny sleeves.
I've got tons of penny sleeves and card savers, but that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, how about you, Jay? You can say your goodbyes.
Yeah, usual places. So yeah, if you're not in the Facebook group already, find us on Facebook. We're at Squared Circle Relics Podcast on Facebook. Come join the group. Come join the fun. Get involved with all the chat and just generally posting whatever you fancy card buys in there. If you want to find us over at Twitter, we're at SCRPod on Twitter. Lloydy looks after that for us.
I forgot about that, yeah.
Right, no worries. I'm no longer on Twitter pretty much, so it's all you, mate. Instagram, we're at Squared Circle Relics Podcast on Instagram. Again, trying to put pictures up each day of cards and bits and pieces, so it's a nice thing to have drop into your feed every now and then. And that's pretty much it, really. If you want to find us, of course, just reach out and give us a DM. We're always open to chat cards or help out where we can. And we haven't said this for a long while, but again, if you like and subscribe and leave a review for the pod, every little helps for us. It's always good to see what people's thoughts are. So yeah, like, subscribe, and leave a review. And that is pretty much it for episode number 30 in the can, boys. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Say goodbyes.
Bye.
Bye. And fuck John Cena.